Here we go, MJ Morning Show. Hey, Frog, how far behind me were you this morning? When did you actually pull into the parking lot?
10 minutes ago.
All right. So I was a little earlier than you. Did you have folks going over 100 miles an hour?
I saw numerous people flying this morning. I don't know.
I don't know what it was this morning, but today was like I thought I'd have looked down and just double check to see if my speedometer was calibrated properly.
See if you're on the Autobahn.
Man, all right. So the speed limit now on the Howard Franklin Bridge is 60 in the construction zone, right? I was doing 72. So I'm admitting I'm doing 12, 13 miles over the speed limit, and I have cars passing me like I was driving 15 in a school zone. Boom, boom. I'm like, but it was like one after another.
It was a race or something.
I don't know. The Cannonball Run. I don't know what the hell was going on, but man, it was, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Dom DeLuise in the
car. Is Dom DeLuise alive or dead?
I don't know, but his working fatso will always be my favorite.
Oh, man. That was one of those movies that HBO ran all the time.
I have it on VHS.
When I was a kid, HBO ran that movie all the time.
Chubby Chasers.
Oh, man. That's right. Chubby Chasers.
It's great.
That's
movie.
right. Hey, I'm having second doubts about something.
Second doubts or second thoughts?
I'm sorry. I'm having doubts. I'm having second thoughts. So
you're really doubting it if you're second doubting it.
Hey, Andrew, do you have my little promo that I cut for yesterday? Can you dig that? Maybe I shouldn't. All right. Can you play that? Let me play this promo from yesterday. Andrew, give me the thumbs up when you have it queued up in the booth. You have it? All right. Folks, so little inside behind-the-scenes MJ Morning Show here. If you listen to Q105 during the day, which I hope you do, MJ in the morning and then Q105.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Yeah, all day long.
Roxanne in the middays.
That's right.
Duh.
You look like you're dressed for like Christmas time in like New England.
Yeah, this is the last hurrah. I mean, what do we have? Another couple of weeks of this, maybe here and there. So you get to wear a scarf.
Scarf, and it looks like you've got a ski lodge sweater on. What is this thing? Hey, you can check out the Roxanne Fashion Show right now on MJTV. And,
something different every day, pretty much.
Just a reminder that when you listen to the radio show, you can also watch us because we're on TV every morning, MJTV. If you go to mjmorningshow.com, click on MJTV at the top, you can watch the live stream from 6 to close to 10 a.m. every morning. And if you miss anything, you can go watch it really on demand. You can rewind. You can then watch. All of our shows are archived. You want to watch a show from December 7th? Just go to our archives and watch an old MJ Morning Show. All right, where was I? So listen to this promo. Every day when we shut the show down, I record a little like promo on an item that we're going to do the next morning. This is what I recorded yesterday after we finished the show, and then this ran all day long, maybe over a Cyndi Lauper song, maybe like over Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Over the intro before she starts singing, you'll hear the promo like this. I have what might be the most bizarre email I've ever gotten. Tomorrow morning, 7:45, MJ Morning Show on Q105. Okay, so it's 6:05 now, and I promoted this email. I've been sitting on this email for a little bit because I didn't know whether I wanted to actually do it. And yesterday, I finally said, all right, screw it. I'm going to read this email from a listener. I don't know if it's real or fake, and I'm going to be very clear about that, but it is flipping bizarre. But now I'm having second thoughts about whether I should actually read the email.
Well, what does it have to do with? It's just all we know is that it's a bizarre email. Like, what's the subject matter?
It might be disturbing to some.
To some listeners, just
to gophers. Raccoons that are nocturnal.
Target it more for us. Who's going to be disturbed?
Anybody might be. I mean, most people will probably go, "Oh, that is bizarre," but I don't know. Some people might find it disturbing. So now I'm second guessing myself on whether I should actually do this. and it's slated for 7:45 this morning.
So they're going to find it bizarre or disturbing that someone would write this. They might be concerned about the person who wrote it, that type of thing.
I think maybe both. I think it's the content, but I think most people will be like, "Ooh, that's pretty damn weird." But I don't think they'll be disturbed. But I usually don't second guess myself.
Right.
But
Go with your gut.
But
What does your big giant gut tell you?
thanks. I don't have a big giant gut.
Yeah, but what does that gut tell you? Do it or not?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm all wishy.
You can't read your own gut.
That's
Everybody knows what their gut tells them.
Yeah. I need to pop some of those Align pills, right? For gut health. That's what I need to do. All right. So 7:45, folks. Listen this morning. And are you okay? You're like, keep wiping your eyes like you're crying or tearing or something?
No,
or...
I just put an eye drop in. I'm just doing my morning routine.
All right.
You know that. Just like I was just putting my lip gloss on, which, by the way, I meant to
I
bring
didn't know
this
whether
up.
you had like a Sammy Davis Jr. fake eye or something. Or I mean,
No.
you're like rubbing stuff over there.
Pop that in.
The other day, I think my eyeball's in now. The other day, I was putting lip gloss on, and you said to me, "Why do you put lip gloss on like a 15-year-old?"
So, did that? Because
You didn't say that on air. You said
because you. All right. Can I address this when we get back?
no, I have. Okay, yes, you can, but I have something else to address.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
Oh, boy.
Back in a second. It's the early wacky portion of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Back in a second. Hang on. 5, it is 6:19. Welcome, folks. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. You know, if you listen to the early portion of the show and you don't listen to later portions of the show, you don't know what you're missing. So if you like what you hear early, imagine what you're missing for the remaining, 3 hours plus of the radio show. So an invitation that if you get to work, figure out a way how to listen at work. So if you're driving in and you listen, figure out a way, on a conventional radio, you tune it to 104.7 FM when you get to work, or you can listen on your smartphone. We are on all the major streaming apps, plus our very own and website. So you can listen on the My Q105 app. Just go to the app stores and Play Store and just type My Q105, Q105 Tampa Bay. You'll see our logo. So you can listen on our app. You can go to our website, go to mjmorningshow.com. You can listen live. And we're also on all of the other big apps. We're on the iHeart app. We're on the TuneIn app. We're on the Odyssey app. And you just got to type in, Q105 Tampa Bay. And boom, you can listen to us. Plus, we're podcast this morning show by usually, Andrew, what is it, by 11 a.m. or so every morning? By 11 a.m. or so, the entire show, 6 to 9:45 is when we shut things down typically. The entire show is podcast, so you can listen to the entire program, and that's posted every morning by 11 a.m. You just type in MJ Morning Show Q105 podcast, and boom, it comes up. All right, couple of things here. First of all, Roxanne, you brought up the lip gloss issue.
Yeah, I think it was Friday. I was getting ready to leave and put some lip gloss on.
Did this disturb you?
No.
Have you been stewing on this all weekend long and it's now Tuesday?
I just thought, well, that is rude. That's what we say.
All right, now, what exactly did I say? How did this unfold?
I was putting lip gloss on, and you said, why do you always put lip gloss on like a 15-year-old?
How do 15-year-olds do it?
Well, all right.
You said my lips are too shiny. Okay, I'm on camera. Let's make them shiny.
All right. First of all, if I was a little harsh, I apologize. That was not my intent. It was just when you were putting on this and you were like globbing it on, you're like, and it was just shiny. It was like shellac or something. And I'm watching you do this, and I had a flashback to Ms. Jezierski's English class, 8th grade, Independence Junior High School, Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Kim Hall just sitting there putting on lip gloss at like 15 years old. It might have been 14 years old. It was like, I think maybe I was 14 years old, but I just had this flashback, and you suddenly became Kim Hall. And you're like, I'm in 8th grade, and I just remember like high school girls and like junior high, just the lip gloss, that was just a thing. And I'm sorry, it just hit me at the moment, and you suddenly became Kim Hall, the 14 or 15-year-old girl in my English class that would slather on lip gloss nonstop. And for me, lip gloss is like it's like a junior high or a high school thing. I'm sorry.
Well, I do put lip gloss on all day. It is like a OCD thing. And then at home, I don't do lip gloss.
It's like the chapstick thing. It's like
I do chapstick at home.
But some people have like a chapstick OCD thing.
I have that.
And so when they don't use it, it's like Afrin. I used to be addicted to Afrin. So when I didn't use it,
won't that like
clog your nose?
No, won't it cut a hole in between like your cartilage?
Yeah,
and you'll become like Stevie Nicks or something.
Your nose will just bleed out.
It can talk to me. It can talk to me.
Please stop that.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
all right.
But yeah, it's the same thing with like Afrin and in the lip gloss and chapstick. If you don't use it, I have a friend that uses chapstick every day. And his lips are constantly chapped. It's like, dude, it's 100 degrees. Why are you chapped up?
Hey, before I forget, for the early crowd, I want to play the Tom Brady audio.
We have something else we have to get to. So
okay, all right.
Go ahead.
We've got time here. First of all, the Tom Brady audio, I want to get this for the early listeners. Tom Brady was on that Jim Gray podcast. First of all, is he on sedatives? Not Tom Brady. Is Jim Gray. Jim Gray.
Is sedatives?
I haven't been in his medicine cabinet
like
lately.
Lithium?
Well, I don't think lithium is a sedative. I think lithium is sort of a a brain chemical leveling agent or whatever.
He's on Xannies?
No, well, it just sounds like he's subdued. Tom Brady was asked about when he's going to make a decision. So Jim Gray, I guess he's the host of the Tom Brady Let's Go podcast, and Jim Gray was asking Tom Brady if he has a timetable as to what he's going to do, whether he's going to decide to retire from the NFL or whether he's going to play another season. Remember, he's got that ridiculous 10-year, allegedly $375 million offer on the table to join, Fox Sports. And this is the NFL on Fox. Now, here's Tom Brady in the booth.
Hi. This is Tom, and
listen, Tom Brady's kind of subdued as well.
I don't think he's that great at
Maybe I
talking.
should be asking the question, are both Jim Gray and Tom Brady on sedatives?
Are they going to be vivacious enough to?
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Listen to the audio bite.
Okay.
And, Tom Brady drops the F-bomb twice, so...
Thomas.
Yeah.
First,
So
he was experimenting with the S word.
we had
With
to
a lot
bleep,
of bleep going on, and now listen to this.
had to bleep this twice.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing. You said you'll take your time. Do you have any type of a timetable as to what you might want to do regarding your football career?
Jim, if I knew what I was going to do, I'd have already done it.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm taking it a day at a time.
I sense you're antagonized by the question.
You're scratching.
It's only the
Everybody's
question
scratching.
that everybody wants to hear.
You're scratchy. I appreciate your asking. Thank you.
Scratchy.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know who he just reminded me of there?
What?
Tom Cruise. Doesn't his voice, Tom Brady, sound a little Tom Cruise-ish to you?
You're scratchy, Roxanne.
In that answer, yeah.
It's my pinworm, man. I can't.
What is he talking about? You're scratchy.
Yeah, what does
What
that
I'm
mean?
thinking is they're not in the studio together.
The signal?
I'm thinking they're on a Zoom or they're on some kind of a video connection. Tom Brady, wherever the hell he is. Listen, the season's over. He could have been on his rental home on Davis Islands, or
Oh, no. I got some news for you on that.
What's that?
Do you realize that on Friday, before the Monday Night Football playoff game,
He moved out of the Davis Islands home.
the moving truck was there Friday, got everything out.
Really?
Mhm.
Now, where was the home on Davis Islands? Because he used to be in Jeter's
It was on
house.
Rivera.
On what?
Riviera.
Riviera?
Just trying to
love
keep it
Rivera.
low key.
I'm going to mispronounce the street name so people don't know where it is. So where'd he move?
You tell me.
Did he call two college brothers moving in storage? Hey, Tom, man, hopefully for your move, if you moved out of the Davis Islands home, you're saying the Friday before the Monday night game where they lost?
Right. What do you think about that look? Him moving out. I mean, I know it's the end of the season, or getting closer to the end of the season.
Yeah,
if
but
you,
moving
right?
out, the movers moving. Why wouldn't you bring this up on the show? Why are you bringing it up now?
Because I just found out this weekend.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I didn't know whether you're holding on to this
No.
secret
No,
squirrel information.
No, I literally just found out on Saturday or Sunday.
All right, so, but no idea where he's going?
No.
Well, for quite some time, the word has been, and even teammates on the Bucs, nobody feels like if he stays in the NFL, he's going to be back with Tampa Bay. But listen, Brady has surprised everyone in the past with the retirement and the unretirement. I mean, who the hell knows? But it's not expected by many that if Tom Brady decides to play another year in the NFL, it's not expected that it will be with Tampa Bay. But who the hell knows? And now you're telling me that he moved out of his Davis Islands expensive rental home.
Yep.
On the Friday before the Monday Night Football loss.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, the moving trucks were there.
All right, thanks. So, I mean, this Jim Gray, man,
What
thought,
makes you think he's on downers?
No, I thought he'd be more, here's Tom Brady saying, I'd bleeping tell you, bleeping. I just think that he would have gotten more of a rise out of this Jim Gray guy.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing.
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like those Chicago the Bears
Yeah,
guys.
that's what he does.
It sounds like remember
So tell me, Tom, what are you gonna do?
So tell me, Tom, what are you going to do? The Bears, we go to
The Bears.
the Bears,
Yeah, he does sound like. I was trying to figure out what he sounded like.
Me too. It just hit me that he
So
sounds like
when
that old Mike Ditka sketch.
Yeah, he does.
There's one part, if you keep playing it, where he really lays into it.
I hear.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing. You said you'll take your time. Do you have any type of a timetable as to what you might want to do?
Any kind of a timetable.
It's the tease. It's the tease. Yeah.
Or it's like in the Blues Brothers. It's like Dan Aykroyd something when he goes into that,
Tom, you're leaving everybody.
What?
Tell me, Tom, what do you think about the Bears?
Timetable.
Yeah, but okay, Tom. Enough with the Bucks now. What do you think about the Bears?
The Bears.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing. You said you'll take your time. Do you have any type of a timetable as to what you might want to do regarding your football career?
Jim, if I knew what I was going to do, I'd have already done it. Okay? I'm taking it a day at a time.
I sense you're antagonized by the question.
You're scratching.
It's only the
Everybody's
question
scratching.
that everybody wants to hear.
You're scratchy. I appreciate your asking.
What
Thank
an
you.
awkward interview.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're on a video link and he can see that the Jim Gray dude is scratching.
Jim, why are you wearing a Bears sweater? About the Bears.
Watching the Bears.
Is that like the Bears?
All right, let me take a quick break here.
Excuse me, I got something to talk
We
about
gotta
with
take
you.
a break.
It's 6:30. I'm gonna
Fine.
run. I'm gonna run late.
Fine.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you address what you want to address or whatever. The minute we get back, plus I've got the early chunk of morons in the news all next. Hey, I mentioned two college brothers. here we go. Early morons in the news. But first, I said Roxanne could go because she's been bugging me to do something. 6:39. Is this going to be quick? Because I got a really good pile of morons in the news this morning.
We're going to get to your pile of morons. Where's Froggy?
No idea.
Okay, well.
Not shocked. Yes, what is it, please?
Well, the thing that I want to talk to you about is that you give me. I really want to wait for him to be here, but okay, here he is.
Hey, Froggy, can you hurry up and get in here, please? Hey, dude, come on. I mean, Roxanne's. I'm. What is? You're not on the phone. You're fake talking.
Yes.
You're fake.
Close that deal. Close it now.
You are fake talking.
All right, bye.
Nobody's up this early
listen,
for
Ever
work.
talk to me that way. Good doing business with you. Goodbye.
Stop. What are you doing? You're
Very important business call.
Yeah. Dude, you're like strolling down the hall leisurely. I'm wasting time. I got a pile of these morons in the news. Roxanne wants to hijack the show for a minute here.
Okay, hijack.
And she was waiting for you.
Do you think,
yes,
with as much, shall we say, sarcasm that you give me about my age, my age, or how young I am, I should say, sarcasm.
What
today,
hold on. What sarcasm do I give you? I know where this is going. What sarcasm do I give you about your age?
You always make sarcastic jokes about my age. Always.
Well, because you're
Yeah.
very cagey.
Yes. Okay.
You're sensitive about it, so he picks on it.
So, in any case, do you think you're going to get through today without recognizing and giving you a hard time for being a year older?
Yeah,
Mr. Todd Schnick. Government name, government birth date today.
Just call me MJ, please.
Todd.
No, MJ.
Happy birthday.
Like I said, I knew where this was going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you really think you're going to get through today without an astrological report?
What are you, 62? 63?
Here, I have
Am I going to get an ass?
Uh-huh.
What are you
got a
holding?
gift.
You're holding. Oh, you have a gift for me?
Aww.
All right. Should I open this now or should I wait until later?
It's not like an all-day party. I mean,
all right.
so just open it now.
It looks like the sex book Madonna put out.
I'll open it next hour. How about that?
Okay.
All right. So
I'm excited.
Roxanne has just handed me this is nice wrapping
I
paper.
know. Classy.
It is classy. It's black wrapping paper with white dots.
Ooh.
Yeah, this would make a nice tie. This would be a nice tie.
Yeah, it would make a nice
It
tie.
would.
And you didn't notice, like when I came in with my stuff, it just looked like part of, it was just, you couldn't tell it was a gift.
That'd make a nice thong.
I didn't notice anything. So, I guess this is a birthday gift from me today.
Yes, it is.
Well,
I wish I knew.
Thanks. Well, you just said happy birthday. You did
I would have
know.
got you something.
Yeah, right. So, thank you for recognizing my birthday.
Wow,
I appreciate it. So I'll tell you what, I will open this up next hour. Is that good?
Yeah, and I'll have your astrological report ready for you.
Boy.
Too.
Hold it. You're going to give me an astrological report on my birthday?
Yes, just you born today. Like, see if it's true.
Do you need to know, like, what time I was born?
Sure.
666 or 6. That doesn't work.
Yeah, there's no 66 minutes and 6 o'clock.
That
Yeah,
bombed.
Froggy's trying to go. I was born at 6:66 o'clock.
That didn't work.
Will you stop it?
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. Listen, I got to be honest. I do not feel a day over 30. I feel like I'm 30 years old. So I don't know where.
What went from 29 to 30 that sucked so bad that you felt so much older?
All right, so I feel like I'm 28. Listen, same damn deal. No, seriously, I don't feel another year. And when I look at my age, I can't believe that I'm
Don't say it out loud.
Why not?
It's just that's my
you're
policy.
You're gonna jinx it and flip your car
All
on the
right,
way home?
early morons in the news. You ready to go? Man, I got some crazy stuff today.
Yeah.
It's absolutely bizarre stuff today. First of all, if you're a drunk driver, which I despise the act, do not drive drunk. If you're driving drunk, what is like the worst thing you could possibly hit?
Oh my God, there's so many things.
Yeah, there is, but give me a guess.
You could run over a cop.
There you go.
That's the worst.
Yeah, the cop's okay. This is out of Aurora, Colorado. So this is in the Denver area. And the The Aurora police chief was sideswiped by a suspected DUI driver while in his city-issued vehicle on Sunday night. The police chief is Art Acevedo. Sounds like a character from like The Shield or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You ever watch The Shield?
No.
Dude, I can't believe how many people never watch The Shield. I don't know if it's on demand on like FX or whoever had that, but I'm telling you,
I'm not into medieval shows.
no, it's nothing to do with it. It's a police show. It's
Oh, is there anything with like knights and shields?
no, it's nothing. It's nothing medieval, and I really wasn't into medieval crap until Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, and then I'm like, okay, I can watch this. You know, I was never the whole Dungeons and Dragons crap, and I don't like Lord of the Rings and Frogon.
I've never seen any of those movies.
Yeah, so I kind of avoid that stuff. But now Game of Thrones, I'm cool with. All right, so here we go. The Aurora police chief was sideswiped by a suspected DUI driver, city vehicle. Police chief, and it gets worse from here. Police chief Art Acevedo said he was glad to wake up this morning without body aches after a wrong-way driver hit the chief's vehicle and then fled. According to the Aurora Police Department, Acevedo was driving a black SUV. Did not have a dash camera, though. Around 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, Acevedo was hit near Fitzsimmons Parkway, blah, blah, blah. This is in Colorado. The chief was able to snap some photos of the damage to both vehicles. Acevedo said that he was able to follow the hit-and-run driver until Denver police officers arrived and arrested the man. Miguel Ramirez, 27, was taken into custody. Yeah, arrested for crashing his car under the influence. So can you think of a better thing or a worse thing, rather? Can you think of a worse thing to hit than a police officer if you're driving drunk?
2 police officers.
3 even.
Okay, there you go. So according to the police department, he's facing charges of DUI, leaving the scene of a crash. Oh, and also careless driving.
Oh.
And would you like to guess whether he had a driver's license or not?
I'm going to go with no.
That would be correct. No driver's license.
Okay.
So racking them on up. Continuing with the morons in the news. I'm sorry.
You okay?
Yeah.
I mean, are you all right?
This is not funny, but
So this isn't funny, but we're going to laugh for 10 seconds prior to telling it.
yeah. You know when people fall down the stairs, you'll laugh.
Yeah.
But it's listen, they could get hurt. It's not
Right.
funny, but you still laugh. All right? I'm sorry. So I saw this headline last night and I laughed. The headline was, I was nearly blinded when molten chocolate exploded in my face. I'm sorry.
Gustus.
I'm sorry. An Illinois woman feared she would never see again after molten chocolate exploded in her face during a confection processing situation that obviously had a little bit of a snag. Going from having the perfect vision one day to the next day being told you could be blind for the rest of your life. The scariest thing I've ever been through. Couldn't wrap my head around it. Samantha DeApril, 19, spoke of this freak accident. An Illinois student baking cookies with her mom. I'm like, what the? How do you have a chocolate explosion in your kitchen while you're baking cookies with mommy? And how does that nearly blind you?
It must have boiled over.
Yeah. Was it a hot lava cake, chocolate lava cake or something?
Like in the movie Chef?
Yeah.
Do you remember the molten hot lava cake scene that the video went viral where he was ripping the food critic a new one?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's a
good movie.
That's a hysterical. Oh, Julian loves that movie. In fact, that's one of the essays that he had written for his college admissions and about that movie. And Julian and I went to see that movie.
What's the guy's name again? John Favreau?
John John, whatever. Yeah, that guy. That dude. All right. So here are the details. The chocolate explosion happened when the Illinois student was baking cookies with her mom, but it blew up in her face. The pot of boiling chocolate exploded, leaving her with severe burns all over her face like napalm.
Imagine that's just like
it's chocolate. Well, first of all, why are you boiling chocolate if you're making? I don't know if they were baking cookies. Maybe they weren't making chocolate chip cookies, but she said that it felt like someone had put fire in her eyes.
Oh,
and they started to swell shut. All right, it's not funny anymore. But have you ever heard of chocolate exploding in your kitchen like napalm? Anyway, she was rushed to the hospital only to discover that, she might have a vision problem here. We had to call my buddy, Dr. Chuck Slonim, ophthalmic surgeon, see if he's ever had a molten chocolate explosion in somebody's eyes.
Okay, I sent you an article yesterday, MJ, that this is it's relevant to this story. Do you remember reading what I sent you about chocolate?
Which one?
About what they're doing with how some of the companies who manufacture dark chocolate have been mandated to remove the heavy metals from their chocolate.
Oh, the cadmium. Yeah, I've seen that in a couple of places.
Check out the Metallica.
The heavy Metallica. I tell you what. All right, I don't want to get too late here. Let me finish with the chocolate explosion story. And then I have the bizarrest of the morons in the news stories next. All right. And I got a mug shot to go along with it. And that's all next. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, great news. Q105. It is 7:02. You got the MJ Morning Show here on a Tuesday, and Fester is still recovering. Spoke with Fester last night. Michelle also speaking with Fester last night. He's, sounding, decent, and I think there's a chance that Fester could be back tomorrow, but the elevator is still not working. The elevator,
he can't come in without that.
But because he can't climb the stairs right now as he's recovering from this reemergence of his myasthenia gravis, this autoimmune disease that affects the muscles, and he needs the elevator. And the elevator dudes yesterday morning said was done and that we passed final inspection, but the elevator door downstairs is just open with like yellow crime scene tape still across it. So what's going on? When is this thing going to be activated? We need it for Fester if he's coming back tomorrow. All right, the grand finale of the molten chocolate exploding in the woman's face. Now, it almost blinded her. Now, would I have been initially like laughing a little bit if this didn't have a happy ending? Froggy?
I'm not saying nothing.
All right. Well, again, I never heard of chocolate that you're boiling. I just never heard of it exploding like a bomb, like napalm.
I just think of like a fondue pot of chocolate. It just sort of simmers there.
So if you're just tuning in, I was telling a story about a woman in Illinois, and she had perfect vision, and the next day she was told that she could be blind for the rest of her life. And what was the cause of this? She was baking cookies with her mother in the kitchen, and the chocolate that they had on the stove exploded, and it just blew up all over her face. I just never heard of chocolate exploding on the stovetop.
Take it she's not the best baker.
Yeah.
It does seem like something so innocent you're doing with your mom. And
Have you ever heard of chocolate? Let's say you've got like a double boiler, where you can melt stuff on the stove. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I just melted chocolate for my mint chocolate chip ice cream that I made on Saturday. I melted chocolate to do my chocolate drizzle. Oh, man, my mint chocolate chip ice cream is so flippin' amazing.
Oh, we know.
It's incredible. And I don't put green food coloring in it. It's naturally white with a mint flavor. I use the mint extract, not peppermint extract. I use mint extract.
It's not green?
No.
Then I don't want it.
So it's my mint extract that I use. It's half spearmint, half peppermint. So it doesn't taste like toothpaste. All right? And I don't use the green food coloring. Hey, if you want to see me drizzle the chocolate in that did not explode in my face, I've got a little drizzle video that I shot. It's on my Instagram right now.
Might want to get that checked if you're drizzling that. Goes with your age.
The video is on my IG. If you haven't seen it, go to Certified MJ Radio. If you are on Instagram and you don't follow me, you ought to I got to talk about the creepy video. Did you see the creepy surveillance video I shot?
That you shot?
Yeah, hold on. We'll get to that later on. But check out my little chocolate drizzle going on, which did not explode in my face. If you go to Instagram and you follow me, you'll see everything. Certified MJ Radio, that's my account. Give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. All right. So the good news here is they thought that this woman could be blind. The doctor said that her recovery was miraculous. The doctor said what saved my vision was me running to the sink and splashing my face with water immediately after the stovetop chocolate explosion. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be melting chocolate on the stove the same way. I'm going to wear shop goggles from now on when I'm cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, you need to.
Remember those chemistry class or high school shop goggles?
Yep.
I remember we had to pay like $2.58 for them.
Yeah, what a ripoff.
I remember one time in chemistry class, I burnt my nose on a Bunsen burner.
What?
And I got.
Why was your face in a Bunsen burner?
That's what I'm telling. I was looking at what was inside of it, and I was nearsighted, I guess. And I had those goggles on. I remember this now, but I burnt the tip of my nose, and it turned completely brown, like a reindeer. Like it was like a little reindeer nose.
How weird.
How long did you leave your nose in the Bunsen burner?
I mean, didn't you notice that it burned?
Anyway, this woman is back to normal, so good for her. This Illinois woman, what did I say? Her name was Samantha. So Samantha, I'm glad you're okay. And apparently the doctor said, hey, it was a miracle. So her vision is 100% restored after this story happened.
Well, thank God.
About a year ago.
What are her thoughts on chocolate now? Will she still eat it? Or is she totally paranoid around it? She can't walk past the Hershey's.
You know what? She has a panic attack in the candy aisle at the store.
It's gonna burn me.
Yeah. I just thought that was bizarre.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of bizarre, we have the mugshot of the day. Now, I love when we do like a morons in the news story, and there is a great official police department mugshot to go along with this. A guy in Pennsylvania has been charged with threatening to blow up the Bedford County Courthouse, and then there's a couple of special add-ons here. Authorities say a guy is locked up, threatening to blow up the Bedford County Courthouse. State police say 39-year-old Luke Bartholomew has been charged with misdemeanor bomb threats, threatening to place a bomb. According to state police, they were called on January 15th after this dude violated a protection order from, I guess it was an abuse order, at a home in Pennsylvania. The victim recorded a phone call with this guy in which he threatened to eat the sheriff and kill everyone inside the courthouse with an explosion.
Would you rather be threatened? Would you rather have someone threaten to eat you or explode you?
Eat me, definitely. I'll be able to fight off the eating. Exploding, you're done.
The question is, what does a guy look like who is threatening to blow up the courthouse and eat the sheriff?
Oh, 3-piece suit, nice tie.
You know that Eric Clapton song, right?
There are a couple of them.
I'll eat the sheriff, but I will not eat the deputy. Yeah. That was a big song. So I'm going to hold this up to MJTV. Andrew will get the story up on MJMorningShow.com. But I'm holding this up to MJTV right now. So those that are watching MJTV, this is what a guy looks like who is threatening to blow up a courthouse and eat the sheriff. All right, it's also up at MJMorningShow.com in stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show, so you can take a look at it right now. This is not a very good relative. A woman in Texas has pled guilty to stealing her cousin's $1 million winning scratch-off lottery ticket.
Oh, how can you get away with that?
Well, they didn't, obviously, because they've been arrested. A Houston woman has pleaded guilty to stealing a $1 million scratcher ticket from her cousin and taking the lump sum payout of $500,000.
I'll take it.
What the heck is going on here?
Take the money and run.
Yeah, this happened some time ago, but the story is just coming to fruition in a legal sense.
So how did they catch her?
Well, let me give you some details. So the district attorney announced in a press conference that a plea had been reached that Iris Amador Argueta, 34, pleaded guilty. She's expected to be sentenced to 16 to 48 months when she's formally sentenced coming up on March 15th. Oh, beware the...
What?
Come on, guys, finish my sentence.
Beware.
She's going to be sentenced on March 15th, and I said, ooh.
Oh, I know.
Beware the...
Ides of March?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eyes of March.
Eyes of March.
What?
Eyes of March.
No, it's not eyes.
It's not eyes?
What are you, Froggy all of a sudden?
Even I know it's Ides.
It's Ides.
Okay, but do you know what Ides means?
It's IDES.
What does that mean?
I have no freaking idea.
Exactly.
I think I learned that probably in 8th grade. I learned that. Beware the evilness, the Ides. Beware of the potential problems of. Look it up. What the hell are the Ides? But it's not the eyes. The eyes were the girl with the chocolate exploding in her eyes in the last segment.
Doesn't have eyes. It's a month.
All right. So here's the deal. The defendant thought she hit the jackpot when she passed off her cousin's $1 million winning scratch-off ticket as her own, claimed the lump sum, more than $500,000, but her greedy actions also spelled the end of her luck, and now she's going to serve time in prison. A joint investigation by local police departments and the district attorney's office found that the victim's cousin purchased a New York State Lottery $5 Hold'em poker scratch-off ticket at a convenience store. When the victim scratched the ticket, it revealed a $1 million prize. The DA's office said that the victim asked Argueta to claim the prize on his behalf, remain anonymous, promising $50,000 of the prize. Now, Argueta lived in Virginia at the time, agreed to claim the prize, but guess what? Claimed the prize and then never gave it to the cousin.
Huh.
Wow. So this turned into a theft case, and now what would make the cousin think that they could get away with stealing $1 million scratch-off ticket from her cousin that is asking her to cash it in?
So
Yeah.
when you turn it in, can't they tell that you didn't buy it? What do you say you found it? Like,
Well, listen, they don't know who bought. If you have a winning scratcher ticket, how do they? They don't know who bought it.
really? How could they not? You put in the card and their name comes up, right?
What?
Maybe not. That would be too
What are you-
difficult.
what are you
I don't think that technology exists.
No, what are you saying? Anyway, the issue is that the Houston, Texas woman, the ticket was bought in Nassau County, Long Island, New York. And then she lived in Virginia at the time. It's all over the place. But ultimately, she's being prosecuted in Nassau County, and she's expected to do a couple of years, 16 to 48 months. So over a year to up to 4 years in prison.
Was it worth it?
Well, listen, I don't know how the hell you think you can get away with stealing a cousin. Like what? You're going to steal the $1 million winning scratcher and the cousin's not going to make a big deal out of
Yeah,
it?
right. Going to see her at family parties and she's all dressed up and driving a Maserati.
Yeah, it just
Where'd
doesn't
you
make
get that money?
Doesn't make any sense that you think you can remotely get away with this.
Where'd you get that fur coat, huh? Where'd you get that mink coat?
Hey, when we get back, I will open up Roxanne's birthday gift that
All
she
right.
gave me. Thank you very much. So that'll happen in a few minutes. Also coming up at 7:45, I think the most bizarre email I've ever gotten.
That's saying something because you've got quite a few.
We've gotten some weird crap. So hang on. All of that is next. And a whole lot more. I haven't even scratched the surface because we start the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show in minutes. Don't move here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. When it's BM. 7:25. MJ and the crew here. Roxanne, Froggy, myself, MJ in studio. Fester still at home. Fester just texted me that if I want to call him, it's okay to call him shortly. So we'll check in with Fester and find out if it is possible that tomorrow might be the grand return of Fester. Hey, before I open up the birthday gift that you gave me, and it's wrapped very nicely, and thank you for the gesture. One other issue. Last segment, we were talking about this woman that ripped off $1 million. Well, it was $1 million winning scratcher ticket, and it was an out-of-state deal, and a cousin wanted her to cash it in for him, and she ended up trying to keep the money, and the lump sum payout on the $1 million scratcher was a little over $500,000, which that's bogus to me. I'm sorry, but I understand like the annuitized payments on some massive lottery jackpot when it's like, $1 billion and it's based on an annuity that if you want to wait 30 years, you'll get the payout of $1 billion, but you take the cash amount. But on a scratcher, I think it shouldn't be like this annuitized deal on a scratcher. It's not that much money. You ought to pay the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
You're going to get clobbered enough with the taxes, federal taxes, and this is New York State, so I'd imagine you get clobbered with New York State taxes. But the other, before I forget, and this kind of comports, the other story is the $2 billion Powerball ticket. No one's come forward, and that was November.
Oh.
What is up with, sometimes...
I wonder if someone's ticket got in the laundry or something, got washed.
Someone in California won in November the $2.04 billion Powerball jackpot. It was sold in Altadena, California. It had all 6 numbers correctly picked. $2+ billion. It was won in November, and nobody has come forward yet. According to state law, and this is pretty much the case in most states, that the winner has 1 year from the drawing in order to claim the prize, and no one has come forward, according to KTLA TV out in Los Angeles. Yeah, the winning numbers on November 8th, these were Powerball numbers. Winning numbers were drawn, and no one, come on, here it is. It's almost February. It's January 24th. This was November 8th. Wouldn't you think that by now somebody would have claimed it, that they would have gotten their financial ducks in a row, legal advice, that they would have been able to put everything together?
Wouldn't you think sometimes irresponsible people play the lotto and it flies out the window while they're driving down the street, or their dog ate it?
Or people buy tickets and they never check.
Right.
Or they get lost, whatever the story is.
I can't stand being behind a lotto buyer at when I just want to get a 5-hour energy. It is, I just want to kick him in the throat. I'll take 2 number 12s, 4 number 13s, 2 number 7. You know what? Make that 3 number 7s. Dude, stop!
Now, the drawing back in November was the world's largest lottery prize. The winner would either take the lump sum payment of $997.6 million. That's before taxes, because then you got federal. And in California, I don't think California taxes you on lottery, which is a shocker, because California, man, they are greedy bloodsuckers, and they try to just grab when I lived in California, listen to this, I lived in California in 89, 90, 91, and then I moved to New York to work at another radio station, so I went from L.A. to New York City, and for whatever reason, I didn't do my taxes. I had like some H&R Block thing due, and anyway, California claimed that I owed them like $800 or something, that there was some calculation.
Well, if you didn't do your taxes.
But hold on a minute. I was in Florida. Listen to this. I had already left California. I was in New York for close to 2 years, and then left New York in 92 to start my first morning show over on 95.5 in West Palm Beach. And that's when the Power Pig called me after I was in West Palm for a year and a half. And then I came over to join BJ, and we started the MJ and BJ morning show in February of 94. But when I was in West Palm Beach, and there was like 2 or 3 days before like the statute of limitations ran out, and I get like this letter from the state of California that I owed them $830-something. I'm like, what? You guys are coming after me like 2 days before the statute of limitations runs out?
That's how they do it.
Yeah, it's the California Franchise Tax Board. A bunch of bastards over there. Anyway, so this is crazy. November drawing $2.04 billion, and according to KTLA in Los Angeles, nobody has come forward. Carolyn Becker, a California lottery spokesman, addressed the situation. Did not confirm the KTLA report to People magazine, but the lottery spokesperson said the California Lottery does not announce or publicly acknowledge when someone comes forward to claim a prize. That's because our big winners and their prize claim packets go through a rigorous vetting process by our security and law enforcement team. The process can take weeks, depending on circumstances. But again, KTLA, big TV station in Los Angeles, they've got some information. Someone has tipped them off that nobody has come forward to claim this $2.04 billion prize. That is incredible. Can you imagine if that goes unclaimed and somebody bought a winning ticket and it got lost, they never checked it, whatever the story is, and if that is never $2 billion?
And the person just doesn't even know.
Hey, listen, I just can't imagine that it would take you this long. All right, December 8th, January 8th, we're almost at February. This is coming up on 3 months that the individual who won has not claimed the prize. That seems a little squirrely to me.
What if you find out you won like 5 years from now, and then you also find out around the same time that you only have 3 months to live?
Okay, that's cool.
What the hell are you saying?
Very ghoulish thought.
Wait, 5 years from now, you found out that you won, but you didn't cash your ticket in within the year?
Yeah. Oh, I guess you can't cash it in then. I was
You
picturing
have to claim it within a year.
Okay, well, let's pretend like you're allowed to claim it 5 years later.
How about we just do 6 months later?
You want me to open up your gift now?
Yes.
Please.
All right.
Very fancy paper.
All right, hang on a minute.
Highfalutin.
Actually, it's very nice paper. Let me hold this up to MJ TV. Mm-hmm. This is very nice wrapping paper.
It is.
It's a very sophisticated, classy wrapping paper. This is not like some crap you'll get in Target.
No, it's thick.
Listen, not the Target. I don't know. Does Target sell wrapping paper?
No, I'm sure they have fine wrapping paper, but this is like, yes, it's sturdy.
You know what? This is like ballistic. Mm-hmm. This is like, I could wear this as a vest. All right, this is it's very heavy, thick paper. It's nice.
How expensive was that? Is the paper more expensive than the gift?
I think it is.
Do you guys know any people that save wrapping paper?
Yeah, it's weird.
I've known people. It's like, why are you ripping it? I saved the paper.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
I'll save a gift bag.
Wait, you're giving me a gift and you want the wrapping paper back? What is this? All right, opening this up. This is very nice paper. Oh, I have a book. There is a book inside. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this.
He needs that. He already has a perfect.
Thank you.
That's why I'm giving it to him, because he thinks he knows everything about pizza.
Look at this. Roxanne just gave me a book for my birthday today.
You don't have that book, do you?
No, I do not. The Art and Practice of Handmade Pizza, Focaccia, and Calzone. It's called Mastering Pizza.
Ooh, look at that pizza on there.
This is
never going to be read.
What are you talking about?
I'm not going to read that.
Yes, I will read this.
You know what's funny is I actually, put a lot of work into that because I pressed some buttons on my phone and it was delivered to me. No, but I actually did, because I read a bunch of different pizza books, pizza coffee table or recipe books.
Aww.
And I looked at them and I was like, which one looks like it's the best? And I read the reviews.
Wow.
And then I picked that one. There was another one that looked really good, but the guy who wrote that one has more Instagram followers, so I went with him.
Oh, this is a very thoughtful gift, Mastering Pizza. By the way, Julian, my son... Oh, I gotta call him up. He got a jury duty summons yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and of course, he's at boarding school. He's in Connecticut. So
he's just now old enough,
but
essentially.
he turned 18 back in July. So
Jeez, you're not wasting any time.
yeah. So boom, he's already being picked for jury duty. Very thoughtful gift. Thank you. But Julian wants me to build a pizza oven in the backyard. You know,
with a big stone.
An outdoor stone, domed wood-burning pizza oven. And Julian's bugging me to do it.
Well, you should not do it. You're not a masonry, are you?
No, I wouldn't build it myself.
Are you a mason?
We stop it. But Roxanne, thank you for the pizza book.
You're very welcome.
I'm holding it up, by the way, to MJ TV so you can see this thing. Thank you.
I think it'll look nice on display or for utility if you want to make some pizza and read about it.
I expect a book report tomorrow.
And you know what's incredible?
What?
This is nuts. And I've already talked about this on the air. But Julian, I wonder if I could call him up. Hang on a minute. I wonder.
I don't want to forget to give you your astrological report, please.
Okay, we'll do that in a second. All right, calling Julian, my son, up in Connecticut at boarding school, where I just got to inform him he's got a jury summons for jury duty.
It is not necessary to dial a 1 when calling this number.
Oh, that's right.
Extended calling.
Yeah, I know. I did a 1 because I'm calling Connecticut, but no, I'm not. I'm really calling a local 813 cell phone number. So I don't know if he's.
Good morning.
Hey, Julian.
Yes.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you know what? Chloe wants. Hang on a minute. Chloe wants me to conference call.
And Michelle.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can do them all.
Of course you can.
Hey, Julian, do you realize? Did Mom tell you got a jury summons for jury duty in the mail yesterday?
She did not tell me.
Yeah, so
I fly back and do it.
you got to report for jury duty like I don't know, sometime in March, or maybe it's February. It's like late February or March.
Okay.
No, you don't have to fly back. You know, we can fill it out and say you're a full-time student, so you can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, I encourage. Let me be very clear. I encourage doing your civic duty. And if you get called for jury duty, listen, it's your civic duty to do it. I've got a bizarre situation, but Julian, you can't do it because you're at school. And, you're not going to come home for jury duty when you're a full-time student. And there's a provision for you not to have to do it. All right, so the bizarre thing is, before I conference call, because Chloe's begging me, please conference call. So before I move on, and remember what I talked about jury duty, Roxanne? Do you remember this?
Yeah, that Julian has it.
No, clearly we've just. All right, pay attention. Do you remember what I revealed on the show sometime last year?
You know.
I mean, you revealed a lot of things.
I was last called for jury duty in Hillsborough County in 1996. How is that possible?
I was just thinking about that when you said that Julian just got a call his first couple months.
Julian turned 18 on July 4th. He registered to vote. And then Julian gets jury duty not even a year. I mean, just months after he turns 18, he's been called. I was called in 1996, and I have not been called for jury duty since.
Did you go?
Yeah, I did. I left the MJ and BJ morning show early to go to jury duty.
They learned their lesson.
Yeah, they're like, God, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
Asking a million questions.
All right, so Julian, hang on a minute. Chloe wants me to conference call, so let me try to conference call here. Hold on. 91011447947.
I don't like that number. I'm always afraid you're going to double punch the one like I did that one.
I'm telling you, man, the sequence that I got to call her SIM card in Scotland is nuts. It's crazy. All right, here we go. So
It's that weird little ring, too.
it's that international ring.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Chloe, I've got Julian conference called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you wanted to have me conference call you. All right, go ahead, guys.
Okay, Julian, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday. Are you going?
Go, Julian. This isn't awkward at all. Go.
Are we in sync?
All right, I'll help you.
No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Cha.
Thank you.
Oh, we forgot your name.
Yeah.
Sorry, called you full.
Are you one? Are you two?
All right, Chloe,
All
we
right.
get it.
Guys, listen, I got a lot of crap we got to do today, including maybe the most bizarre email that I've ever received while hosting a radio show. I have a bizarre email, which I will reveal in just a matter of minutes. But
cool.
thank you, guys.
That was
Chloe,
a rousing rendition.
It was fantastic.
As good as Joe Biden's.
So, Julian and Chloe, my two children, thank you so much.
Of course, we'll celebrate soon.
All right.
The tone deaf twins.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
What a cluster that was. Julian's like, I'm not doing this.
Oh, my. And the Joe Biden birthday audio. Hey, Andrew, do you have all the clips in there ready to go? All right. And
This is just the best.
do you remember we got a lady? Didn't she
Yes.
text you and complain?
Oh, she said we lost a listener for playing that.
We played the Joe Biden birth. This was on the
Like Thursday?
it was the Monday.
MLK.
It was MLK Federal Observation Day for Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and President Biden was at a Martin Luther King Jr. breakfast that Al Sharpton puts on in D.C., and it was Martin Luther King III, so MLK Jr.'s son's wife's birthday, and Biden's like, and I understand that it's your wife's birthday, and then Biden starts singing happy birthday. All right, roll it. Listen.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you.
All right, so her name is like Andrea. Martin Luther King III's wife's name, who's having a birthday, name is Andrea, and Biden goes, happy birthday. Blah, blah, blah. All right, do you have the ISO? All right, roll that. Listen.
Happy birthday, dear Alan.
That's awesome.
Alan.
What is it? Can I hear that again, please?
Alan.
Happy birthday, dear.
Alan.
He should start a Cameo channel after he's no longer president, and then people could get their names recreated by him see if he does it different for every different
A
name.
listener was like angry at us
Yeah.
and said that they're never listening to us again.
It's not a political issue. It's a funny issue.
There's nothing to do with politics. Nothing.
It has to do with not knowing someone's name and how you cover or don't cover.
So Biden was making a big deal about singing happy birthday, the president of the United States singing happy birthday to Martin Luther King Jr.'s son's wife. And he's like, happy birthday.
Alan.
In my house, my wife. In my
What
wife,
are you saying?
In my wife, my house has a tradition. Happy. It's all confused all the time.
Let me call Fester quickly. Then yes. Oh,
I want to do your astrology.
Oh my God. Okay, do my astrology because it's my birthday.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna. It sounds like the same as last year, but you need to be
Are
refreshed.
you going to talk about my Saturns and my Uranus or
No,
something?
this is just you born today on January 24th. Multi-talented, you're an interesting person who.
Hold on. Where are you reading this from?
I found it online.
Those are
I'm
both,
not making it up.
Those are both lies.
Okay. All right. So January 24th birthday. This is my horoscope for today.
No, this is who you are.
This describes
This
me.
describes you. You born today. This
Okay.
is you.
All right.
Multi-talented. You're an interesting person who can draw on your creative and logical sides of your brain.
Nope.
Others find you funny, great for advice, and
Never.
highly perceptive. Interested in how people tick. You're a natural psychologist.
Not MJ. Nope.
Security is important to you, but you don't like drastic change, but you also require stimulation day to day and may hold more than one job.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
so that's like you in a nutshell, all that, right?
I don't know.
You're a stripper on the side, so that's two jobs.
And then who of the famous people born today, who do you think you have the most in common with?
Gallagher.
Who do you know? Who do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know anybody born on your birthday?
Oh yeah. Far we've been traveling far.
Neil Diamonds, yes.
Sweet
really?
Caroline.
I want to party with you, Neil.
Yeah, Neil Diamond was born on my birthday.
Guess who else? Someone else you love. You talk.
I don't want to work. I want to bang on a drum all day. Todd Rundgren, I think, was born on my birthday.
Okay, well, I was thinking John Belushi.
Oh, that's right, John Belushi.
Yes.
Oh, great. He overdosed on cocaine and heroin. That's great. At the Chateau Marmont on Sunset Boulevard. That's great. You're equating me with
your favorite movie, though.
It's true. I'm a huge Blues Brothers is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay, another one, Sharon Tate.
Oh, great. She was murdered by the Manson clan. Really? Really?
The baby cut out of her.
Well, that's horrible.
It's horrific, Roxanne.
That's helter-skelter, man.
One of the worst crimes in the history.
That's a really good movie. That's one of my favorite movies with Margot Robbie. And
shook L.A. to the core.
Yeah, I know. And then Ed Helms. We just talked about him yesterday.
Oh, Ed Helms?
Ed Helms shared your birthday. Yes.
I love celebrity birthdays. Can I do some? Hal Herbal here.
Okay, listen. The one that reminds me the most of you that you share a birthday with.
Who?
Minnie B.
Mary Lou Retton.
What? Oh, I did know that. So wait a minute.
Mary Lou Retton.
Because I'm shorter. So you...
Roxanne, that's not right. It's a man's birthday.
I tower over Mary Lou Retton.
I don't know about that.
I do. She's like 4 foot.
How is she
9.
like the smallest person on earth? What are you talking about? You tower over her?
Yes, I'm much taller than Mary Lou Retton. Are you done now? So you've got like mass murders and drug overdoses in my birthday? That's lovely. I guess this is a perfect segue into the most bizarre email that I think I've ever gotten.
Please, I'm anxious for this.
Oh, and that damn cake is back.
Oh, the famous cake?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
The celebrity cake?
Oh, yeah, that cake is back. I mean, that cake will not go away. I'll explain in a minute. First, though, let me share this email. I mean, this is bizarre. I'm kind of still having doubts on whether I should read this because this might be disturbing to some people.
Well, if it is, we'll say dump that.
No, not me.
So just start to read it.
Just do it. Let's hear it. What does that have to do with?
What are like some of the disclaimers you'll hear on television? The following might be disturbing to some people.
The following program may not be suitable to all audiences.
Well, no, it's. I don't think it's disturbing. It's just it's awkward. It's odd. And again, what was that?
That was me moving my mic.
Oh my God! Let me turn that off. All right.
The microphone needs attention.
Yeah, Andrew just and then it started buzzing. Yeah, I left the producer booth up. All right, so this is bizarre, and I got to be honest. Is this real? Is this fake? I'm a pretty skeptical individual, so I just want to be crystal clear that this kind of took me by surprise when I saw this, and I've even had second thoughts. I've had doubts whether I should do this, whether I should read this. In fact, when we started the show this morning, one of the first things I said was I got this bizarre thing coming up at 7:45, this email, and I'm like, I'm kind of pondering whether I should read it or not. All right, here it is. It's not that bad. It's just awkward. It's odd, and some people might be like, "Ugh." You ready?
Ready.
Hi, MJ. I've been listening to you for a very long time.
You're right. So weird.
Since Fester jumped off the Gandy Bridge.
Ah, a classic day.
We ought to, when we call Fester right after this, we can kind of recap what happened with the Gandy Bridge.
When he hit the water and almost bit his tongue off.
Well, what happened? If you don't know about Fester jumping off the Gandy Bridge live during our morning show, we'll give you the story on that in a minute.
Stupid.
Hi, MJ. I've been listening to you for a very long time since Fester jumped off the Gandy Bridge. I have an odd question for you. And maybe if you could discuss it, I might get an answer. I am the only one left in my family as my parents are gone and I have no siblings. My grandmother passed away when I was 13, and hers was the first funeral I've ever attended. After seeing the casket lowered into the ground, I started to obsess with what happens down there. It still consumes me, and I was wondering if it is ever possible to exhume a body just to see what things look like years later.
People do that all the time.
What? Don't
Exhuming
they,
bodies?
Right, hold on a minute.
During
if
investigations?
In an investigation, not because you just want to see what grandma looks like.
No. For that reason, no.
Well, dude, are you listening to the email?
Here's what happens under there.
All right, hold on.
You get eaten by worms.
All right, let me go. I was wondering if it is ever possible to exhume a body just to see what things look like years later.
You can imagine.
I realize that this is not normal, but I've thought about this for years. Is it illegal? Can it be done? Have you ever heard of such a thing? If you discuss this, please keep me anonymous for now.
Thanks for the email,
What?
The Undertaker.
Because you want keep you anonymous because you want to dig up grandma and see what she looks like.
You know she's not going to look good.
All right. So my grandmother passed away when I was 13. He's a longtime listener. Fester jumped off the Gandhi Bridge in
2000.
No. That was it was Froggy 1 was still with us.
I know, but I helped with the stunt, so it was like 2099.
I think no. I think it was 96 or 97.
I'm telling you, I was there
when that happened.
But
so I'm trying to figure out how old this listener is.
And then Joe Mama took the tape and threatened us all.
I think, yeah. I think this listener must have been 13. Grandma passed away. Listen to the Gandhi Bridge, Fester jump. The listener's got to be what?
35? 36?
Mid-30s, late 30s, maybe 40s. Who knows? All right. Roxanne, you are remarkably silent during this. What are you doing?
You guys are talking. I'm letting you talk.
This is real. I think this guy might have like a...
Okay, go ahead, Froggy.
I don't know, like a sickness or something.
I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I'm obsessed with what's inside a casket and how someone has decomposed, and I'm going to reach out to my local radio person to discuss this with. Like, I can't even make any sense of it.
Well, like I said before I read the email, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is fake, but this is one of the most bizarre emails that I've ever gotten. And in a police investigation, they'll exhume a body sometimes. I mean, I think it happens in TV and movies a jillion more times than it really happens in real life.
It's always that weird, creepy guy, that Michael Bolden or something, or that weird old man that's like, he's exhumed bodies. He worked on JFK.
Hold on. You're saying Michael Bolton exhumes the body?
Yeah, the guy with the mullet. No, Michael Bolden.
Oh, Michael. Oh,
don't say Michael Bolden.
That guy. Oh, Michael.
Yeah, so excuse me, tie my hair back. I got to work on this body.
Exhuming is a wonderful thing.
But you know that guy I'm referring to, right? That he's always the guy.
All right, it's just bizarre. What do I do with this? I first of all, I don't know the law. I don't think you can just exhume a relative just to see what they look like years later. I don't think that
is for that reason. No.
And I would say, to anyone who's out there who might want to exhume me at some future point, I don't like you if you do that. Like, that's not a nice thing to do.
I'm going to be mad at you.
So he's not thinking about what happens to you after you die. Where do you go? He's thinking about what the body looks like.
He wants to see what grandma looks like.
What a ghoul.
This is a pretty good, it's ghoulish. Now, I don't know if this is a put on.
It's very clever.
Do they have a number?
It's a put on.
No number. I have the email address, so I can email back.
That's creepy, dude.
It's bizarre. Let me call Fester quickly. And then that freaking cake is back. The cake. And then I did a little research on the cake. Do we need to get this cake? Didn't we talk about getting this cake?
Got one.
Guys, it's funny you say this. There's more. It's so ironic that you're bringing this up. We'll talk about it. Yeah, get Fester on the phone, and I'll break it to him.
All right, hold on. All right, calling Fester right now. 813-310-8444.
Yes, 8444.
Yeah, Fester's cell number.
Hey, guys.
Hey, good morning. Oh, man, you sound good.
I'm going to sound good for about a minute.
It is bizarre with the myasthenia gravis, and we heard this yesterday on the air. Fester just sounds 100% normal, and then it's like Wizard of Oz, and I'm melting. I mean, that's what it's really bizarre. No, but Fester, right now you sound fantastic.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Good.
Now, Fester, is there any chance you're coming back to work tomorrow?
All right. This is a First of all, is the elevator fixed?
Well, the elevator was apparently fixed yesterday. We heard that the city inspector was here yesterday and passed the elevator, but it's still open with the lights on and crime scene tape across the front in the lobby. I'm guessing the elevator company is going to come back after getting the final certification from the city of St. Petersburg. I'm guessing the elevator is going to be put in service today, which would make it available for you to use tomorrow morning since you really can't climb stairs right now.
Right. So, I mean, one, the elevator has to be working. Two, I'm having a little bit of an issue right now, and this is a big sticking point at my house.
What is the issue?
I might have fallen in my kitchen.
What?
Allison said I fell in the kitchen like 20 minutes ago.
Hold on. What do you mean you might have? You don't know if you fell?
I did. Allison took the kids to school, and I made some grits. And as I put my hands up in the microwave to heat the grits up, I fell backwards and hit my head.
Oh, my God. Really?
So currently, I'm in my living room because I rolled over like a beached whale from my kitchen to the living room.
Hold on. You were rolling like Learn Not to Burn, the old Dick Van Dyke things? You rolled?
Well, it was. I guess it'd be more of a slither.
Wait a minute. You were cooking grits. You went to reach up for the microwave handle, and you fell and collapsed?
Well, I fell backwards. Yeah.
What did you hit your head on?
The floor.
Oh my God!
The big floor. Yeah, the floor.
Now, what caused you to? Did you faint or did you remain conscious? What?
No, I was conscious the whole time.
Okay. Okay.
Why'd you fall? Is it just the weakness of the muscles from the myasthenia gravis?
It must have been maybe the muscle weakness, or just discombobulated, or I'm not terribly steady on my feet. But so then this was like right as I'm slithering on the floor as you're talking about the woman or the person in California not claiming the lottery.
Hold on, you're on the. So Allison is still in the process of coming back from taking the kids to school, and you're listening. You're listening to the show. We're talking about the unclaimed $2 billion Powerball ticket, and you're flat out on the floor after hitting your head in the kitchen?
So do you want to know the definition of torture?
What?
Crawling on your floor without being able to use your limbs, listening to Chloe sing Happy Birthday.
Yeah, that was
so
brutal.
awkward.
So brutal.
Uncomfortable for you.
You felt better about yourself in that position.
So you didn't pass
I
out.
feel bad.
So the concern is, what if you pass out while driving? I mean, would you be able to drive to work, or would you have to take an Uber or have someone pick you up, or what?
Well, I'm going to set up some cones today and do a driving test. And if I pass that...
Oh, my God.
Oh.
No, you're not.
Okay, Fester, the immediate concern is how are you from hitting your head? And maybe Allison can look at your pupils and see if they're the same size. I think that they need to be the same size. If they're not, you could have a head injury.
Well,
All right, Fester, do me a favor. Could you put Allison on the phone, please?
yeah.
Just hand the phone to Allison. Allison is Fester's wife.
Is it ever going to end with this guy?
Hey, Allison.
Hi.
All right, what do you want to say about this with Fester now apparently falling and hitting his head?
I think there's no chance in hell he's going to drive to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can bring him in. If I brought him in, I could get him there by like 8. Yeah, like 8:15. But yeah, he's not doing great.
Listen, we can have listen. I can have an Uber pick him up. We'll do that.
Okay. Well, that would work too.
Yeah, I'll just have an Uber pick him up and bring him to the office. I mean, if he's ready to come back.
I think he's mentally ready. I don't know if his body is ready, but we can definitely try it and see. Just as long as he's not driving, I don't think he's going to have the best response time with his muscles.
No,
Right.
I agree with that. I don't need him driving on 275 if he is not 100% physically. All right, Allison, give the phone back to Fester. Thanks.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.
Maybe you should pick him up to
right.
pay him
So,
back.
hey, I got a couple of ideas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stole all that equipment from the company for remote broadcast. That's okay.
You borrowed it.
Well, yeah.
And still in your possession. Yeah.
So you want to maybe hook up the home setup so you can just be at home for a little bit?
I mean, maybe Andrew can come by and help me set it up, because I don't know how to do that.
Just plug it into your computer.
All right, so what's the deal with the sick days? Are they asking at the office? What's going on there?
I got a call yesterday, and they asked how many days I've missed.
Who's
and
they?
I told them, well, I missed 4 days.
All right, who called you yesterday?
The RV center?
Our office managers, you know, they're doing because you have to enter it into.
Yeah, but wait a minute. No one has ever cared. We've been here for over 2 years now. We've been back since October 5th of 2020. So the MJ Morning Show, we've been back for 2 years and 3 months? Almost 4 months? Nobody has kept track of anything.
Do you want to know why?
No vacation days, no sick days.
Okay.
Nobody has kept track of anything.
Well, things are changing.
Yeah, but the other part of that is
I got to be honest, that we have some system we're supposed to log into. I don't even know how to get into the damn thing. I've never entered any vacation days. I just take vacation.
I know. That's
oh, is there going to be a crackdown around here?
So I think there was a lot of leeway with sick days during COVID. I don't think people even asked about it. Like, if you're sick, stay home. But now that we're out of that, now it's like someone hasn't been here. Okay, now we're back to the
now they're
official,
cracking down? All right.
Here's what I'm going to argue.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. We've had him on the air virtually every day. So as far as I'm concerned, you have no sick days. We had you on from the freaking hospital.
And I've been interacting with listeners. I've responded to like 2,500 texts.
Yeah, you haven't. Listen, you've had no sick days.
Yeah, please.
You have worked. I've had you on the phone, and having you on with your condition, having you on the phone for 10 minutes, that's the equivalent of working all 4 hours on the air.
You meant that, brother.
Who called you first?
Yeah, who called you? Was it Leslie or Terry?
I think they were together.
Oh, really?
Both of them.
Why?
What am I concerned about?
Why the sudden crackdown? No one's ever cared about our sick days or vacation days.
I think it's a new year, and I think they just want to have everything documented. And I understand that.
All right.
But it's not like I'm sick and nobody is bothering me, and I'm taking a day to recover. All
right. Hey, listen, I got to move along. You decide whether you want to come in. And listen, I don't think it's safe for you to drive. I fully agree, and I can have an Uber pick you up.
Okay, and then but that elevator's got to work.
Hey, do you remember the Uber driver, Michael? Remember the Uber driver that took us to dinner at Roca, and then he recognized me? And then I played some of his music on the air. I can have him pick you up.
Give him a call. Yeah, sure.
All right, dude. We'll see. Listen, you make the decision. No pressure. If you want to come in, you come in.
Froggy, give me a ride home tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so Fester will get an Uber in, and Froggy, you can take him home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, there we go. All right, you decide, though. Let me know later tonight.
All right, sounds good.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
All right.
No, wait, I forgot. I'm busy tomorrow.
He didn't deteriorate. He sounded good.
He sounded better. Yeah.
But I'm concerned that he fell and I mean, that is a lot of weight to hit the ground.
MJ, what if it's like, you remember Chris's vacation where the girl got kicked in the face by a donkey and went cross-eyed, but then she fell in a well and it came back?
Oh, God.
What if Fester got rid of his myasthenia gravis?
No, it's myasthenia gravis.
It's myasthenia gravitas.
No, it's not. It's myasthenia gravis. All right, here's today's Q105 Trip a Day song to win a trip for two to Discovery Cove in Orlando to swim with the dolphins. Today's song is Beat It by Michael Jackson. We'll play it in the 4 o'clock hour. When you hear it, be the seventh caller to win the Q105 Trip a Day. So good luck from the MJ Morning Show. Did you want to bring something up, or was it in relation to me bringing up the cake?
Yeah, it's in relation to that.
Oh,
I think.
God, the cake is back. And we haven't. Weren't we talking about trying this thing?
I thought you got one.
I got one for Fester.
But did we
remember?
Did we try it in here?
No, we never tasted it.
No, he enjoyed it.
But we haven't tried it.
No, we
Why
have
didn't
not.
we try it?
Because I think they ate it all, but that was his gift. He could do whatever he wanted to.
Did you send it to their house?
Yeah, I sent it to his house. This is like 2 years ago. Okay, so we're coming up on. Okay, I have some bad news, guys.
Oh, what's that?
This was I hope you really, really enjoy that pizza book, because this was the last round of gifts from Roxanne. We did 2 years in a row of gifts from me to you guys for your birthdays.
Yeah.
No more.
Why?
Except for Andrew. You always get gifts.
Well, why?
Because I'd just rather spend the money on Botox and my kids' college education.
Makes sense. I do appreciate the Rodfather mug. I still use it.
Well, all right, fine. But the cake is back. Now, all right, let me play the audio. This will make perfect sense. there's some new interview that just popped up with Tom Hanks. And listen to this.
Tom, we have reached the dessert portion, the terminus of your last meal. Please tell me about this cake.
Look at it. Look at it.
It's so beautiful, man. I want to cry, man.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It really is.
All right, this cake is so great. You can really only have it once a year, which works out perfectly because I don't order it. It arrives as a gift at Christmas. Now, I'm going to drop a name now, and I don't want you to go berserk, but this is a big name. Not everybody gets this white chocolate coconut bundt cake. This is a Christmas gift that we get every year from Tom Cruise.
Get the heck out. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. That was incredibly dangerous. I thought it was going to go that way.
I get it. I get it.
All right, so it's that Tom Cruise Christmas gift cake that only these A-list celebrities that are on Tom Cruise's Christmas gift list, they get this cake, and it's a white chocolate coconut bundt cake from Doan's Bakery, Doans. When I think of Doan's, wasn't that like a back pain medication? Oh, my back, where are the Doan's pills? You know what I'm talking about? When I was a kid, I remember commercials with, oh, my aching back. Honey, where are the Doan's pills? So it's Doan's Bakery, and they're out in California. They're in Woodland Hills. So you had Tom Hanks was doing some kind of a video appearance, and I think the question was your last meal, and they were talking about
the dessert for the last meal. Huh?
Well, dessert for the I think Tom.
They probably talked about other foods.
Well, I think Tom Hanks said that among his last meal items would be like an In-N-Out burger, and I'll tell you what, I typically like In-N-Out burger. But when Julian and Michelle were out in Los Angeles, because Julian visited a whole bunch of schools, he visited Chapman out in Orange County, he visited USC, he visited UCLA for film school, and of course Julian got into NYU Early Decision Film School, so boom, he took that, and of course NYU is actually higher ranked as far as film schools than USC and UCLA these days. Yeah,
that's right.
NYU is the top film school in the country.
It is.
So they're out in L.A., and they went to the In-N-Out Burger right at LAX. And Julian wanted to get some pictures of some of the aircraft landing. And it's a cool spot if you like the plane watch. And there's an In-N-Out Burger there. And they said that it was disgusting. They said it was awful and virtually inedible.
Must have been a franchise owner.
Which is it's just odd for In-N-Out Burger. But they were like, both of them, they said it was gross. I don't know what the hell happened at In-N-Out Burger near LAX back in August, but they said it was like dumpster left. They said it was terrible what it was. All right, so back to the cake. So Tom Hanks on this little video interview is raving about the cake and actually had one of the cakes to show on the video interview. And this is this cake that they make such a big deal about.
How great could it be?
And, well, it's a white chocolate coconut bundt cake from Doan's Bakery. Now, when I saw this new story about Tom Hanks raving about the cake, talking about, oh, you got to be on Tom Cruise's celebrity A-list to get the cake. Well, first of all, Tom Cruise is probably right in town. Tom Cruise Tom Cruise is probably, 8-9 miles as the crow flies from our St. Pete studio. I'm pointing actually right, toward, Clearwater where his apartment is.
Is it got to be just a crow? Could it be a seagull?
Yeah.
So, I'd like to, hey, Tom, why don't you put the MJ Morning Show on the list here. We need to be on the A list for this white chocolate coconut bundt cake at Christmas time from Doan's Bakery. Put us on the list.
Yeah, Tom.
We gave rave reviews to Top Gun Maverick. It was fantastic. I think the whole Scientology thing is a creepy crock.
Yeah, is that thing spiked with Scientology juice?
That's.
Oh! Listen, guys, we got to go to the phone lines.
Fester's on hold again.
Yeah, Fester's on hold because he wants to talk about the cake. And I was sitting here thinking to myself, listen, we have the person to talk to.
But hang on, I researched the cake. You're not going to believe what's going on with the Tom Cruise A-list bundt cake. Hold on.
Okay, well, he ate the cake.
All right, Fester's back. So, Fester, that's right. Roxanne sent you this cake.
For his birthday 2 years ago.
this was a very interesting time in our relationship when Roxanne and I were just starting to become friends after a couple of months of button heads. And she brought me this.
Yeah, because you guys hated each other for the first year, right?
Yeah.
We spoke different love languages.
Right.
Yeah, and so this was kind of like a peace offering and also at the same time a guilt gift. Like, go ahead and eat this cake.
Right.
And then next time you say something to me, then you're going to feel guilty about it because you ate my delicious cake.
That part didn't work.
No,
but
not at all.
I'll tell you right now, the cake was the best cake I've ever had.
Are you serious?
Better than funfetti?
I brought samples, and we all ate it.
No, we didn't.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
we
this.
did not eat that. We
Fester,
didn't.
I think you hit your head. You must have misremembered because we did not eat this cake.
Okay, guys, I'm having flashbacks. I feel like he brought some in, but I feel like I was mad because I didn't eat any.
I brought in Ziploc bags. I plated them up. Everybody tried it. I brought it in.
Oh, you know what?
I think I would have remembered that.
You know, maybe you did.
No, I did.
It must not have been that memorable. If it's so great, why don't we remember? I remember the funfetti cake I had last week.
I remember the Fudgy the Whale cake I had from Carvel. Aye, Fudgy the Whale.
But
Where do you
it's legitimately the best cake I've ever had.
All right, well, here's the deal. So with the now Tom Hanks element to the story that he raves about the Tom Cruise cake, anyone can buy this thing. And it comes from this Doan's Bakery in Woodland Hills, California. It's, right in the LA area. So I go to their website and I couldn't find anything on the website that they sell it on the website. But what they do is they apparently sell it through Goldbelly. Do you know what Goldbelly is?
Yeah, that's how I got his cake.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so you know what Goldbelly is.
I do.
We've ordered some Keste Neapolitan pizzas from New York via Goldbelly. Goldbelly has some amazing food offerings from some very famous places all across the country, and Goldbelly sells the cake. Here's the update. If you want to order this cake, it is now January 24th. We're nowhere near Christmas. But if you want to order this cake today, guess when the first time you can get this cake is?
When? By New Year's?
March 22nd.
What?
I'm looking at the cake is sold out for the rest of January.
This company has to develop some economies of scale. Just produce more cake.
The cake is sold out for the entire month of February. The cake is this was as of like 10 o'clock last night. This cake, the Tom Cruise white chocolate coconut bundt cake, is not available until the 22nd of March. That's when Goldbelly says that they can ship one to you.
You know what?
Wow.
It's worth it. Buy it now, get it for Easter. I think it's $100.
It is. Oh, it's $109. That's a lot of money for a freaking bundt cake.
Okay, think about this. If we went to a fancy restaurant, name a restaurant, and we all got desserts.
Chili's?
Spend $100.
On desserts?
Yeah, desserts at what, $10, $12 a piece probably on average?
Sure. Okay, you get 10 servings. You spend $120 in desserts at a restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Burns Steakhouse, I guess Bananas Foster for two, I think it's $32 or $34 now.
Yeah, 10 people. I mean, it's a lot of servings, and it is fantastic.
I think Channing Tatum sends out Fudgy the Whale cakes, but they're all melted when they arrive.
All melted.
It's a melted mess. Mail out Fudgy the Whale ice cream cakes. And they do really well in the USPS.
Yeah.
All right, so Fester, you still sound good. All right, so you want me to order one of these cakes to have it arrive in March?
Listen, MJ, let's have Passover at your house this year.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
All right.
Goodbye. Bye. See you later.
His face isn't falling off today like yesterday.
I hear just a little bit. His speech was degrading just a little bit. So there we go. The flippin' cake is back.
Wow, they're really good at marketing that thing.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know that Sunday was the last day to ride this iconic ride?
Oh, I heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
And now people are selling something from the ride?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Now
it's like a pop-off deal.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So Sunday Sunday was the last day of Splash Mountain at Disney. I wonder if anyone listening actually rode the last day.
There were 5-hour waits.
That's what the article says.
You were such a rube if you do that.
The article that I printed out last night said that people were in line for 5 hours to ride Splash Mountain. Anyone listening? Just out of curiosity, is there anyone listening right now that was at Disney on Sunday and you waited in line to ride Splash Mountain? Or maybe you were at Disney and you saw the line and you said like Peter from Family Guy, no freaking way. You know, that you're not going to, stand in line for 5 hours.
I don't get rides.
I feel like if you did that, that would be something you wouldn't want to tell anyone. That wouldn't be embarrassing. I waited 5 hours.
If anyone was at Disney on Sunday, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So if you were at Disney on Sunday, the last day ever of Splash Mountain, love to hear from you. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So here's and you know that it was closed down for politically correct reasons, and you're like, wait a second, Splash Mountain?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, the Song of the South.
Remus.
Yeah, Uncle Remus, right?
I love that movie.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Sunday, last day. Splash Mountain has been open since 1992. And they're renovating the ride, and they're going to remake it. It's going to be a whole new ride, and they announced this in June of 2020, and it's going to take.
It's Tiana.
Yeah, it's exactly,
which is a heck of a movie. The Princess and the Frog.
It's going to take over a year. Actually, I'm sorry. It's going to take, I guess, almost 2 years, because the rides will reopen as Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Now, what movie is that?
The Princess and the Frog.
I never saw that.
It's really
old
good.
as Remus.
So the Princess and the Frog,
but it's a new it's new.
So who? Wait a minute. Hang on, Brad. Brad's in Lakeland. Brad was at Disney on Sunday. Hey, Brad, you're on the MJ Morning. Hey, Brad.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. See, I love this. I mean, our audience is so big, not being measured properly, but our audience is so big that I can ask for anything, and I'll get it. All right. So Brad, you were at Disney on the last day?
Yeah, so I was there, and I actually called you guys a while back for something, and you guys kind of laughed at me afterwards because I'm the guy who walks the parks 6 to 7 days a week over there, any of the Disney parks or Universal.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So you got what, season passes?
I do.
It's not just you, Brad. We laugh at anybody who
All right,
does
so
that.
Brad, you were at Disney on Sunday. Did you ride Splash Mountain on the last day?
Absolutely.
Wow. How long did you wait in line?
So when we got in line, it was around 10:15 in the morning, and it was about a 200-minute wait. That's what was on the sign.
Yep.
By the time we got on the ride and off, it ended up being about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not terrible. Well, listen, I'm not going to wait in line for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I'm not waiting for a ride for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
But that's
better.
Hours.
That's better than the 5 hours that some people apparently waited in line.
What if it was the history of pizza roller coaster?
And you got to sit in a big pepperoni seat.
Yeah. All right. Well, the deal is that Disney announced plans to reimagine the ride, remake the ride, because there were complaints and there was political correctness. Some people might because of the association of Splash Mountain with the 1946 film Song of the South. And there was a whole change.org petition because of the implications of improper cultural appropriation, I guess is a good way to put it. So the ride is being shut down and remade as Tatiana. What is it?
It's Tiana.
What is it?
Tiana's Bayou
No,
Adventure.
I like Tatiana better. All right, I'm going to call it Tatiana's Big Adventure.
Tatiana.
An article that I just read the other day is that the state of Florida has filed a lawsuit to stop the changeover because they want to They want to turn Splash Mountain into a historical landmark. I don't know how legitimate the article was, but that's what was posted the other day.
What's the article? I'd never heard that. Where's the article from, Brad?
You know what? I'd have to pull it up. I saved the article.
All right, send it to me. I want to see if that doesn't sound real, but send me the article, mj@mjmorningshow.com, all right?
Sure, will do.
Yeah, send that to me. Oh, did you take any of the water? Because that's a whole deal. People are selling the water on eBay. People took jars and bags. People took like Ziploc bags, and they saved some of the water from Splash Mountain, and people are selling it online right now.
Yes, I saw it was at $25 this morning. There was like 5 or 6 bidders on it, and like $10 to ship.
Yeah, it's probably bacteria-laden water, right?
Oh man,
I'm sure
that water is probably instant dysentery.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my! Hey, Brad, thanks for calling. Send me the article.
Absolutely, thank you.
And what did it feel like riding Splash Mountain on the last day ever?
Well, there's a lot of nostalgia. It's not so much about the ride, but like my son was real young when we first started, doing that ride, and
Was he baptized in Splash Mountain water?
By the time we got to the bottom of it, he was pretty well baptized.
There you go.
An amoeba.
Thank you, buddy.
Holding a lot of nostalgia. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want.
Thanks, Brad.
I wonder if you swam in the Splash Mountain water. Is that like swimming in some lake in Polk County where one of those amoebas goes up your nose and it gives you like it eats your
flesh-eating bacteria.
No, it eats your brain out. You know what I'm talking about? That happens.
Flesh-eating bacteria, yeah.
No, I know. Andrew's reminding me that Splash Mountain is chlorinated. I know. But people are selling water from Splash Mountain's last day on eBay. Give me a break. Oh, look at this. Wacky Jackie from the sales department is brought in.
Good morning. It's not a birthday till you have a balloon.
Oh, look
Happy birthday, MJ.
Oh, thank you.
And I got there's Scientology-free freaking cupcakes. Only the best from Publix.
All right, so I've got cupcakes and I've got a happy birthday balloon. Oh,
Jackie, you're so sweet.
So
now,
thoughtful.
did you know about this, or did you just hear them say happy birthday to me on the air this morning?
As you know, I listen every day, so I was panicking instantly. I was doing my mascara. I almost poked myself in the eye.
Well, we
oh
don't
my
have
God,
that.
it's his birthday.
Well, it looks good.
Oh, well, Jackie.
Can I sing to you?
Oh, God, no, not again.
Come on, you want me to sing, don't you?
All right, would you like a little reverb?
Oh, okay. But if that works, I can't hear anything, so I don't have
No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear MJ. Happy birthday to you. And many schnitty more. Happy birthday.
I think I heard some wolves howling outside.
You wish you could sing
good.
like me, Froggy.
That was very nice.
It was
actually.
good. We didn't know you could sing.
Well,
It's pretty.
you know,
What else
we'll
can
work
you
on that.
sing?
It's a new year, and you've got the whole rest of the year on your contract, so let's work on that.
That's right.
We'll work on that, and we'll work on finding me a boyfriend. How about that?
Okay.
For MJ's birthday, I get a boyfriend. Yes.
Wacky Jackie. There you go.
All right. Have a good day, you guys. I love you.
Bye,
too. Love you,
Jackie.
Jackie.
Thank you, Wacky Jackie. Appreciate it.
Bye, Jackie.
Hey, if you did not hear Tom Brady earlier this morning, we played this in the first hour of the program, and Tom Brady was on the podcast with Jim Gray, this Let's Go podcast, and Tom Brady, he sounded like he was getting testy here about what he's going to do in the NFL, and this has been quite the discussion, and many think that Tom Brady will return to the NFL next year for maybe one more season. And it is believed that if he does, it's not going to be with the Buccaneers. Now, do we know? Of course not. We have no idea what Tom Brady is thinking or what Tom Brady is ultimately going to do. Is he going to play another year in the NFL, or is Tom Brady going to take the $375 million 10-year Fox deal and start that clock ticking next year as an analyst? Or
Was that more than his football deal? Like, why would
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then why would he's a dumb man then? He's a stupid person.
No, well, I think the thing is he just has so much money that what difference does it make? You
Watch
know,
him
like
get paralyzed next year in his last year.
Oh, Froggy,
I'm just saying,
that is awful.
How far are you going to push fate, dude?
What is wrong with you?
I'm saying you're going to make less money and get your head bashed in every day, or make a bunch of money and sit with your thumb in it talking about sports. Which one are you going to do, Tom?
All right, Froggy,
He's an idiot.
Froggy,
Sick of him.
All right, Froggy, you're going to have an aneurysm.
Falling out of my seat.
Calm down.
Every year it's the same crap with this guy.
Here's the audio from the podcast.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing. You said you'll take your time. Do you have any type of a timetable as to what you might want to do regarding your football career?
Bears.
Jim, if I knew what I was going to do, I'd have already done it. Okay, I'm taking it a day at a time.
I sense you're antagonized by the question.
You're scratching.
So, Tom, what do you think about the Bears? You know, this Jim Gray guy sounds like he's in the Saturday Night Live skit with the Bears fans.
Buckus. You remember Buckus?
What do you think about the Bears? What do you think, Tom? What do you think? You're gonna stay or you're gonna go? What's the story with the Buccaneers?
If you put yourself in Tom's shoes, he's probably asked that question like 100 times a day.
Yeah.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing.
Tom, you're leaving them.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing. You said you'll take your time. Do you have any type of a timetable as to what you might want to do regarding your football career?
Jim, if I knew what I was going to do, I'd have already done it. Okay, I'm taking it a day at a time.
He sounds pissed.
Yeah, he does. He sounds.
Did you ever wish you could play for Ditka? I bet you would have played great for Ditka.
Yeah.
That guy, Jim, also loves the letter T. He's like, Tom, any type of a timetable you can talk to us about. You're taking your time. That's his.
I only use T's. Time's a ticking, Tom,
Well-
so tell us.
Well, we knew he was going to. He said, you're being quiet in your decision. Well, he moved out of his house on Friday before the game.
Yeah. Roxanne broke this earlier when we talked about Tom earlier. Roxanne said that she just found out that Tom Brady moved out of his house, that the moving trucks were moving out of his Davis Islands rental house, and that was on
Riviera.
On Davis Islands. I'm sorry, that was on Riviera on Davis Islands. It was on Davis Islands on Riviera. So, Tom, moving trucks were there, you said, the Friday before the game they lost on Monday Night Football to the Dallas Cowboys.
Correct.
And the moving trucks you heard were at Tom Brady's house on that Friday.
On that Friday. Yep.
And moving him out.
So I don't think.
Well, where does crap go? Do you know?
No, but I assume he's going to Miami, right?
Was it two college brothers moving in storage? It should have been.
I don't know who.
Hey, Tom Brady, for your move, two college brothers move. I'm sorry. It's two college brothers. Hey, Tom. It's
two college brothers.
You need to move. You need the two college brothers moving in storage.
It's
Let me
two
tell
brothers. They went to college.
Guess
they
what?
moved stuff.
And guess who they moved? They moved Mike Ditka.
Ditka got moved by the brothers.
The two brothers, they moved Mike Ditka. So, and do you have anything else, or just that he did?
Just that he moved. I believe. I think he went to Miami as my guess, but that's kind of a. I guess that's when he was planning on moving, but kind of a bad look. If anyone knows, hey, we have a game on Monday that we want to win and keep going in the playoffs, but I'm out of here, out of my house in Tampa.
If Tom Brady, if he moved out of Tampa Bay, moved out of the house, and if you think he moved to Miami, it doesn't sound like if he does, he's not coming back to the Bucs.
No.
It's not completely unusual for a player to leave during the off season and then come back, especially since he's renting. That's not. But that to me sounds because of the situation he's in.
Let me grab Gene. Gene's on the phone from St. Pete. Hey, Gene, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Well, good morning and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Gene. It's so sweet of you. Go ahead.
Okay, here's my theory. Tom Brady's going to sign with the Patriots. He's going to play one game, then retire, so he can say he retired with them because he played with them for so long. And I believe the city made a statue of him, too.
I like your theory, Gene, but didn't he blow them off in some sort of award or something happened that he addressed his career and he didn't even reference the Patriots? The Patriots are mad at him. I think the Patriots don't like him as some of them don't like him as much. I mean, I like where you're headed, but I don't think so. I don't think he's going to go to the Patriots.
Just a theory.
I don't want to play for an owner that goes to Jack Shecks.
What did you say?
I don't know. What did I say?
It's just a craft
did
joke.
you just? Oh my!
Wait,
Did you, hold on.
I don't know what I said.
I missed. I didn't even. I don't know what I said. I didn't. I missed the dump button because I just realized what you said. Dude, I can't believe you just said that, and I missed the dump because I didn't realize what you said.
I didn't say it. I said it in character. So
I know you said it. It was with the, I didn't. With
it was Jim Gray who said it.
What did I say? Even I forget.
Please stop.
Dude,
that was awful.
That was bad.
All right, Gene, thank you.
Thank you, Gene. We'll see what
You're welcome.
see what happens.
Have a great day, everybody.
You too.
You too, Gene.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Gene. Bye, Gene.
Thank you. All right. Hey, Michelle and I, guess what we started watching last night?
What's that?
We liked it.
I know.
I guess what? There were 3 seasons? And
yes.
we just got through, I think, the first. I mean, they're fast. It's only like 28 minutes an episode. And it's not the 3rd season, I guess, is nominated for the SAG-AFTRA Awards, and we're trying to blow through as much as we can so I can vote for my SAG-AFTRA with the ballot. And we watched last night Christina Applegate in Dead to Me, and man, that is a dark show, but like you start, but you start laughing.
Wait, when did you say? Yeah, you do. When did you say you started, or how far did you get?
We got into. I think we're on episode 5 now. How many? I don't even know how many episodes a season.
Has she started dating yet? That's when it.
Wait, isn't she sick?
What?
Is it Christina Applegate sick?
I think she has multiple sclerosis
in real life. Yes,
she does. But when did Dead to Me come out?
2019, May of 2019.
Was she diagnosed with? And is it MS that she has? Can you confirm that?
So.
Yes, I believe so as well.
Because I thought I saw a story that I got to see if it's in my pile.
Yeah, she has. She does have MS.
It's MS. Yeah. And so was she diagnosed with MS prior to her being? Was she diagnosed before or after the beginning of Dead to Me, the show?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't. I mean, it's hard to Google. Okay, after revealing her MS diagnosis in 2021.
Okay.
So that's when she revealed it, but I don't know when she was actually diagnosed with it.
I wonder if she knew it.
She probably knew and kept it quiet.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the story, but do I have a story about her MS? But the show is great. I mean,
it is.
And you're saying it gets better? We're on episode 5, I think, and I mean, just a couple of the shockers that were revealed about like the friends she made at the grief group and everything. Yes, Andrew.
I found an article that said for Applegate, the condition appears to have progressed rapidly. In January of 21, the actor started experiencing symptoms.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right. So this show had already come out, and it's progressed rapidly. I'm trying to find. I thought I had a story that was a little awkward about, I think, some people making comments.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, some people made comments about her saying she had plastic surgery.
Yeah,
and she's like, no, it's my MS that's making me look more puffy or more whatever the symptoms are.
I'm looking through this horrifically large stack of, but I think you just said it. I think I could probably stop going through the stack of papers right now. Yeah,
people are talking about her saying, oh my God, people are terrible.
No, it's terrible. Can you repeat that, Roxanne?
Yeah, I'm actually pulling up the article now.
Bring it up.
Applegate slams comment saying plastic surgery changed her looks. No, it was MS.
Yeah, I can't find it, but I'm holding this up to MJTV. I've got this ridiculous pile of leftover prep that I didn't get to, and it's only Tuesday. That's like, I think it's like Friday and Monday right there, and that stuff I didn't get to. I was just holding it up to the MJTV camera, but that was the story. And I had it in the pile to do, I think, on Friday and then yesterday. I just didn't get around to it, that people are accusing her of getting plastic surgery. And she's saying, no, I have multiple sclerosis.
Yeah. So this is the comment that was made. It was, MS didn't make you look that way. A plastic surgeon did. You're a scammer.
Oh, my God.
That is horrific.
It's horrific. But it makes you realize how regular, these people are, because Christina said, I made the unfortunate decision to look at some comments on an article from People magazine about me and my kids.
What is
And that's where
wrong
she
with
read
people?
that.
Why?
Yeah.
People are awful. People are
awful.
I'm telling you right now that I'm late to the game, but like I said, there's so much stuff streaming, whether it's Paramount Plus, whether it's Disney Plus, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. What am I missing? I mean,
You're coming to work this morning like you just discovered
HBO
uranium
Max.
and you're watching a show that came out in 2019.
There you go. I'm coming to work like I just discovered uranium. And yeah, it's a show that...
I mean, you're like, oh, guess what Michelle and I are watching? Dead to me. Oh, you ever heard of that? Yeah, 4 years ago?
I said we're late to the game. There is so much crap on television that it is impossible to watch all of this. I don't even know if I mentioned all the streaming services. You can't... There are not enough hours in your lifetime now to watch all of these shows. However...
You try.
No, well, listen, there's a lot of good TV out there. I mean, there's amazing stuff. I think we're in a golden age of very good television programming, and the difference is it's not on regular TV. It's all morphed over to these streaming services, these platforms. But you know what I did also see is that they're cutting back, that there is such a glut. There's been so much production that now the streaming services and companies are scaling back. So we might have hit, in the last couple of years, we might have hit peak TV. And we might be on the decline now where it's starting to dissipate.
Well, it's funny you say TV is so good right now because I feel opposite, and maybe it's just because I don't watch a lot of it, but I maybe I'm just at a different stage in my life. Like I'll start to watch a show and I just can't get invested in it. I'd rather sleep. I have too many other things to do, but it's probably the life stages that we're at, MJ, why we feel differently.
But are you saying that you don't think TV is as good as I'm saying it is?
I can't get sucked into it. It has to be amazing to stop me.
Tons of great stuff out there. Sounds like you've got some personal issues you need to work through, is what it says. Yes, Andrew.
Are we at the end of shows going 10, 12, 15 seasons?
That's a good point. It seems that the streaming series are going 3, 4, 5 seasons, 6. Like we finished... we were late to the game on Peaky Blinders.
Terrible.
Shut up. Peaky Blinders was fantastic. And we just finished that up over Christmas. We binged that. We really binged that from around Thanksgiving, and we finished all season. I think it was like 6 seasons. We finished that before New Year's, actually.
No, you know what I did like? You know what I've liked? Okay, to see what my style is? You on Netflix. You watched that. And isn't there another part of it coming out soon?
I think, how many seasons on You? How many seasons are there?
There are 3 so far, but is there another season? I feel like I've seen like part 2 of season 3 or something.
Yeah, I don't think that we've seen season 3 of You. We've watched season 1 and season 2. I don't think we watched 3.
Who is in You? Who?
This guy who
I don't even know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Creepy guy.
He's
who is in You?
Who? Are you talking to me?
You. Who?
Did you hear the conspiracy that it wasn't Damar Hamlin that was shown? Yeah. Did you hear this?
No.
He has a body double.
Well, so you heard about this?
Yeah, like Saddam Hussein used to have.
There's a conspiracy going around at the Buffalo Bills game, which, by the way, the Buffalo Bills, as you people know, Buffalo Bills lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Anyone know if
the Bengals?
Anyone know if Cigar Dave drowned himself in the Culbreth Bayou?
He burned himself with a bunch of little cigars.
Listen, I know a bunch of Bills fans, and man, they thought that this was it. They thought that this was the year that they were gonna, win the Super Bowl.
Long ashes, General.
Yeah,
it's not your year.
But there's a conspiracy theory floating around that Damar Hamlin was not actually at the Bills game where they showed him. People are saying it was a body double.
Well, what's the point? What's the point?
Dude, we are at a time where people are so freaky. The conspiracy theories, all the stuff that people believe in.
What would be the point to motivate the team?
Yeah.
even though he's not there, isn't he like watching it at home going, that's not me?
Damar Hamlin, his attendance at the game, has launched the conspiracy theory that he wasn't there and that they used a body double to take the place of 24-year-old injured Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin.
And so what was the point of that?
And what did they notice that made this conspiracy come true?
They were trying to, the claim is they were trying to juice up the crowd and really get people going and all about the camaraderie and the well wishes. And Damar Hamlin from, oh my God, is he alive? To released from the hospital from the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, flown back to Buffalo, hospitalized, then released from Buffalo back home, and then boom, now he's at the game. It's uplifting, it's motivational. And people are saying that, it wasn't him. They had a Damar. Come on.
So the Buffalo Bills conspired with the television broadcasting crew and the NFL to put a body double there.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to go to like conspiracy theory phones and ask people what conspiracy theories do they believe in.
Well, you know mine, the hanging midget, the Wizard of Oz.
Will you stop with the hanging munchkin? All right.
You know mine. You know mine, right?
Do you think? Hold on. We'll get to. Do you think it's dangerous for me to open up the phones and ask people for what conspiracy theories you believe in?
We can't take like flat earthers. I refuse to listen to that nonsensical stuff. But if you believe in the midget hanging in Wizard of Oz,
will you stop it? That's not true. That's been debunked.
I think Andrew's just going to have his hands full screening because I think, Andrew, you have to take the ones. Don't just take the freaky, kooky stuff that weirds us out. Take the ones that are like good cocktail party talk.
I've got 3 minutes to do this. 3 minutes. What conspiracy theories do you believe in? 800-990-1047. Or what conspiracy theories do you have questions about that maybe it is true? All right, 800. Again, I've got 3 minutes here to do this, or a little less now. 800-990-1047. Let's go. If you're east of the Rockies, the number is 800-990-1047.
All right, Art.
If you're west of the Rockies, the number is 800-990-1047. First-time caller line is 800-990-1047. And is there another one? First time caller line, east of the Rockies, west. The wild card line. The wild card line is 800-990-1047. All right, I'm not going to turn this into an elongated segment. I don't have the time.
You just took 3 minutes to get out the numbers.
I did, but I've got to look. Every line is ringing. All right, hurry up. Andrew, screen. Get me some on the board here because I only have a couple of minutes to take some conspiracy theory phone calls on what you believe in, since some people believe that Damar Hamlin was not actually at the game, that it was a body double at in Orchard Park on Sunday with the Bills.
Did you know that there's a ghost in the movie 3 Men and a Baby?
Oh,
I've heard it.
No.
Yes, there is.
Get out of here.
There's a kid.
All right, let's.
No. I get to tell mine, MJ.
All right, hurry.
Okay, all right, quickly, before I go to phones, go ahead.
Yes, now I'll go down some rabbit holes related to Princess Diana or JFK, absolutely. But the one thing I'm quite certain of, the conspiracy theory that is true, is OJ did not kill Nicole.
Oh, get it. That is so.
Listen.
You believe that? You believe that OJ did not kill Nicole?
She's always believed that.
And Ron Goldman. You don't think that, really?
I believe there's a possibility he was the second person to arrive and that maybe he had something to do with it then. But I do not believe that he went and knocked on that door and killed Nicole and Ron. I do not.
Wow.
And listen, I feel so strongly about it that at some point during the course of our working together, I'm going to invite anyone who is in this room who wants to come over with their spouses, and I'm going to do a slideshow. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be busy that night.
Is it a PowerPoint?
I'll be washing my hair.
All right, Jay is in Clearwater. Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up, man? Jeffrey Epstein did not hang himself.
That's a big one.
Right off the bat, there we go.
Man, there's no way. There was too many, like the corrections officers going on break and everything else.
Yeah. No video.
You put that together.
For the record, I believe that Jeffrey Epstein hanged himself.
What?
He tied a sheet around his neck and then threw his body off the top bunk of the bed. And even his neck fracture, he had a fractured. Did he have a neck fracture that's indicative of that? If I'm not mistaken. Thanks, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
MJ. I got some land to sell you.
All right, Orlando in Clearwater. Hey, Orlando, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome. What do you believe in?
So this is a first-time call. I would have to say the time traveler from the time traveler, the one that traveled in time to change the future. The one that created The Simpsons and Family Guy and Futurama.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know you're talking
McFarlane?
about. All right, Orlando, thanks for the call. Let me grab Michael. Oh, this is a new one. This has been circulating now. I know it. Michael is in Tampa. Michael, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What conspiracy theory do you believe in?
Thank you. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
The Titanic was sunk to kill those who oppose the Federal Reserve.
Oh, yeah, I have read into some of that.
But now there's a whole new conspiracy theory that's floating around, and this girl's getting millions of hits on video claiming the Titanic was not really sunk. That the
Britannica, they switched it, right?
Yeah, the Britannica, exactly.
They switched ships.
That's an encyclopedia, sir.
Yeah.
That's another conspiracy. Michael, thanks.
Michael, that passenger, Astor, was the richest guy. He was one of the richest guys.
John Astor.
Yes, John Astor.
Hey,
there's something to it.
Astor Place down in Manhattan.
Yep.
Kelly in Tampa. Hey, Kelly, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, MJ. Good morning, crew.
Morning.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at this. We have all these first-time callers. It's great. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I think when Tom Brady got caught talking to the Dolphins, I think they schemed for him and his wife to play a little fake divorce. That's why she's down in Miami. I think he's going to sign with the Dolphins and reunite with his family.
Ooh.
Wow.
And then you roll that in. A lot of people are saying, or not a lot of people, but I've seen the rumors that the Sam Bankman-Fried, his investment there, he was able to save money by divorcing Giselle. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Kelly, thanks. Yeah. Thanks for listening. All right, last call on this. Last conspiracy. Well, unless we got more that are good. Danica is in Lakeland. Hey, Danica, what conspiracy theory do you believe in?
That Helen Keller wasn't deaf and blind and wrote all those books.
Well, I mean, it does seem difficult being deaf and blind.
Hey, Danica, thank you. That's a great one to end it on. Thank you, Danica.
MJ, did you know that Elvis is still the groundskeeper on Graceland?
Will you stop it?
He is.
All
Look
right.
at the pictures.
All right, 8:46 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, we're loaded when we get back. Did you hear about the janitor that went nuts?
No.
Don't make fun of the school janitor. Warning, warning, warning. Don't make fun of the school janitor. Also coming up, there's a new Jeff Bezos movie coming out, and we got a local guy that's actually in the movie. And it's actually, I believe it hits video on demand today. So hold on. We'll get into all this in a second. Loaded long chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next here on Q105. My friend Steve and Elizabeth Hunt. MJ Morning Show, Q105. Hey, folks, MJ here. Roxanne, Froggy. Fester was on with us earlier. Fester, hey, listen, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to talk to the business office later because every day that Fester was on the air with us, including from his hospital bed, that's not a sick day. He was here, as far as I'm concerned. So, the HR department and the business office are like, how many days has Fester been out? I mean, they've never been concerned with sick days or vacation days in the 2+ years we've been here. And suddenly...
That's what you think.
Yeah. Well, I know. I've never, done any vacation days. I legitimately take what's owed to me, and I keep it honest, but I don't need to fill out no stinking forms. Hey, by the way... Well, probably I do, but that's a whole different story.
I hope they don't mind. I have 2 weeks of conventions coming up, so.
Yeah. All right. So I want to thank everyone quickly. Thank you to everyone wishing me a happy birthday today. Roxanne told me that our text line, our 800-990-1047 text line, same as the call-in line. You can text us always. That the texts are out of control today.
I can't get back to everybody.
But we're out of control with content. And then to add to it, you're getting flooded with people wishing me a happy birthday via text. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of the listeners wishing me a happy birthday today. Thanks. What are you chortling at over there?
I don't believe in saying happy birthday. You didn't really do anything. Your parents did all the work.
Thank you, Froggy. At 8:59 at the MJ Morning Show, I want to welcome Nick Friedman to the MJ Morning Show. Turns out, I don't want to give out any specifics here, but it turns out that Nick doesn't live far from where I live. And Nick, apparently, according to the PR agency here, you have seen me walk my dogs in the neighborhood. I had no idea that you were spying on me. How'd you know that it was me walking my dogs, Nick?
MJ, everybody knows it's you, man. You're an iconic figure in Tampa and in the hood. So
all right, let's not get his head
I always see you. I always see you walking the 2 little ones.
Yeah, my Jack Russell Terriers, and in fact, I know where you live because somebody pointed it out, and I think a friend of mine knows you, so I knew where you lived, but I think I even waved to you like 2 or 3 nights ago. You were out in the yard, and I waved to you, but I had no idea that you knew that I was the world-famous MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105.
Whoa, world.
That's right. There goes the neighborhood.
All right, so, Nick, this is interesting. You are in a brand-new movie which drops is it today it drops video on demand?
Hey. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yep.
This is available today on VOD, video on demand, and it's called Bezos, The Beginning. And this is something that, man, we see the trucks they're delivering. I see like 19 Amazon trucks in my neighborhood every day. And, of course, Bezos turned Amazon from a garage-born bookseller to the juggernaut. I mean, this massive, $1 trillion plus valuation company in a couple of decades, started back in the early 90s. So, Nick, you're in this movie, Bezos, The Beginning. And Nick, by the way, is an entrepreneur. You've been on Shark Tank. You've been on a number of things. And a lot of people might know you or know your company. You were one of the co-founders of College Hunks Hauling Junk. How do you go from hauling junk to being in a Jeff Bezos movie?
Well, it's like we went from the junk moving to business to the movie business. I met a guy, Armando Gutierrez. He's actually one of the owners of the Tampa Yankees, and he makes these different movies. And he told me he bought the script to this Bezos biopic that was about the starting of Amazon. And the first thing, I couldn't believe that there had never been a movie made about Bezos in the beginning of Amazon. And the second thing, I said, hey, can I get involved? And he was like, well, do you want to produce it? Do you want to act in it? And I was like, well, how about both? I've done unscripted TV. Why don't I try a scripted movie? And I could obviously identify as an entrepreneur with the Bezos story. He's the most kind of iconic, or one of the most iconic success stories. And there's not a day that goes by that 3 or 4 packages aren't being delivered on my front desk, front stoop. So
yeah, with that black and kind of teal blue Amazon tape across the front of it, right?
That's exactly right. So, he's in the logistics business. I'm in the logistics business. There's a few zeros missing from our valuation versus Amazon.
Right.
But ultimately, it was fun, and I kind of forgot sort of the origins of Amazon starting, like you said, in the garage. He was selling books online as he was having to deal with the competition from Barnes and Noble, which, by the way, the villain in the movie is played by Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah. Kevin. This is great. So Michelle and I, we watched it. I had a screener that I was able to watch on Sunday. So we already watched this thing. And is that a true storyline? Was the Barnes and Noble guy that nasty and threatening toward Bezos in the beginning?
As far as I know, everything in the movie is historically accurate. It's based on interviews. It's based on biographical books. It was based on actually a book called Zero to Hero about Bezos and the starting and founding of Amazon.
Yeah, because the big dude at Barnes and Noble, he was a total Rick to Bezos and just like nasty and blowing him off. And then ultimately, Nick, as you know, Amazon ate Barnes and Noble's, had them for lunch.
Exactly. And you see that sort of unfold in the movie, right? Is Bezos kind of getting threatened by the guy and intimidated by the Barnes and Noble CEO. And then ultimately, the Barnes and Noble CEO tries to buy him out for $1 million and Bezos tells him to go fly a kite.
Yeah, that's what I also wanted to know, that in the movie, the Barnes and Noble guy originally blows off Bezos, and it's like, good luck, chump. You're not going anywhere. We're gonna crush you. We're gonna squash you like a bug. And then it starts to catch on, and the Barnes and Noble guy says, yeah, maybe there is something here. So Barnes and Noble dude offered to buy Amazon early on for $1 million, and Bezos told him to fly a kite.
And Bezos hadn't sold a single book yet. They were barely making ends meet in the garage. They couldn't. The website wasn't even live yet, and he was already putting fear. And now,
All right. Also, is it true the different names that they were considering before Amazon? Is that true?
100% true. So Bezos first wanted to call the website cadabra.com.
All right. So listen to this. So Bezos wanted to call it Cadabra, but Nick, everyone thought that Cadabra was
cadaver. They thought it was a dead body, including my role in the movie. I play the role of Shell, who's the first guy Bezos ever hired.
Right. You were like the computer in the movie. You're the computer genius that was employed to build the code for the website.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And then the next website name was relentless.com, because Bezos thought that was going to be, how he had to be to become successful. So that was sort of his mindset, but then realized that wasn't really, their target market to call themselves relentless.com. So, yeah, they went through 2 iterations before they landed on Amazon. And, he was just looking through a dictionary and trying to find words that started with A, because back then, the search engine listings on Google were alphabetical. So, that's how they ultimately landed on Amazon.
He wanted a name that started with A for the search optimization. So that's what put him in the A category finally. But, man, that's hysterical that he thought that it was going to be magic. So that was the whole premise, that you can go on a website, any book you want, you go on, you order it, and it gets shipped to your front door. And he thought that was like magic, like abracadabra. And then he was originally naming Amazon cadabra.com. But person after person thought that he said cadaver.com. No, it's cadabra.com. And why dead body cadaver? So I think he learned pretty quickly that was going to be a big misinterpretation. And then relentless, we're relentless. And then ultimately, look, Amazon.com, has changed everything about how we do business.
Yeah, and it's what's in a name, right? I mean, our company, College Hunks Hauling Junk, that was my business partner's mom called us that when we were in college hauling a beat up cargo van. And we were like, that's a catchy name, and we, put that on trucks and made it bright orange.
Wait a minute. That was literally, you were hauling crap, and one of the moms said, you're like College Hunks Hauling Junk. That's where the name came from?
100%. It was her cargo van, and she goes, you guys could be like College Hunks who haul junk. And we were like, that's the name. Let's put it on a flyer. So I always tell the story. I mean, I can identify with working in a garage and getting started, like, the humble beginnings of the early startups. We had the 800 number on the back of our truck routed to our cell phone. People would call to complain about driving, and I had to be in the driver's seat answering the phone, pretending like, we were going to fire those guys.
Wait. So you had the phone number on the you guys were bad, reckless drivers, and people were calling to complain?
Well, we were multitasking. Back when you're a startup, you're doing everything yourself. So we were doing the books while answering the phone, while hauling the guns, while driving the truck.
But I mean, that's clearly your drivers are good these days. But back then, that's hysterical. All right, so
we're a call center now.
Nick Friedman, who plays the computer nerd that builds the code for Bezos, first guy hired in the garage. By the way, did your character end up with the real character, the real guy, the shell? Did he end up a multi-millionaire?
So he ended up worth a couple billion with a B.
Wow.
Which nobody's feeling sorry for him. But in the movie, you see the friction and sort of the resentment because he knew this thing could be big, but he wasn't getting the same amount of shares that Bezos' wife or parents were getting as sort of co-founders. And obviously, those guys today, including Bezos' parents, are worth, tens of billions of dollars for their early investment and early shares in the company.
Oh, and by the way, Bezos' stepfather, right?
Yep. He adopted him, I think, when Bezos was 4. Yep.
Right. And then Bezos' stepfather is of Cuban origin, and it's played by Emilio Esteban, Gloria Esteban, right? Estefan, I'm sorry, Estefan. So it's Emilio Estefan, and it's Gloria Estefan's husband plays Bezos' dad in the movie. Hey, Nick, before we go, tell everyone how can they see Bezos: The Beginning?
Yep. Well, it comes out today, and of course, it's on Amazon Prime. We wouldn't miss that, but it's also on Apple TV, Google Play Video, pretty much any of the video on-demand streaming platforms. You'll be able to find it, and it's an inspirational and I think also kind of informative story because we forget about those early days of Bezos and Amazon, and we rely on it so much in today. So appreciate you helping talk about it.
All right, Nick, I'll see you in the hood walking the dogs.
Absolutely, I'll say hi this time.
All right, see you later, man.
All right, man, appreciate it. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Happy birthday.
Oh,
oh, that's so nice.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, so. Isn't that hysterical?
It really is.
Cadabra. So Amazon was originally called Cadabra, as in abracadabra.
Should have been like voila. How you spell that?
Voila.
VOA with a little accent mark.
Yeah,
voila. That's mine.
Yeah. People say voila, but it's voila.
Voila.
Yeah.
Voila.
So, where was I? I had something I had to do here.
You were asking me about food preparation during the break.
Yeah. I had a question for you about food preparation because
Okay.
I got this whole story from a food scientist and all these mistakes that you're making in the kitchen. Let me ask you this: you buy a package of fryers, fryer parts, chicken fryers. You buy, let's say, a chicken breast or whatever. You buy some fresh poultry in the supermarket. You're gonna, do up some cutlets or whatever.
Okay.
When you bring your chicken home and you're getting ready to cook dinner with your fresh supermarket chicken, what is the first thing you do?
Open the package.
Yep.
And then rinse it off.
No!
I want to get all the salmonella off of it.
No. Roxanne, this is actually, I've known this for a while. This has been publicized for a number of years now. No. You're guess what? You think you're rinsing the potential salmonella off? No. You're splattering your salmonella all over your kids' faces.
And then when Daviana goes and does the dishes, then she's sudsing around in all the salmonella.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
silly me.
You do not. That's like number one on the list. The story was, I'm a food scientist. You're making these 7 dangerous cooking mistakes. And like number one is like, don't wash actually, number one is wash your hands. The number one mistake is people don't wash their hands. Ugh. When we have like potluck day, like at the studio, and we have when people bring food from home and they cook it themselves, it's tough for me to do that because I don't think about this in a restaurant for some reason, but with people at home that I work with, I just think about them like scratching their crotch and then like kneading the dough or something, or
consuming food that you haven't prepared is a leap of faith, always.
All right. Anyway, no, do not wash your chicken because you're splattering any bacteria all over the place. It's a major, major no-no that any salmonella or bacteria that's on your chicken, it is going to be more than annihilated when you cook it to the proper temperature, to the internal temperature of 3,339 degrees, which is recommended. So it's not 3,339. You're not going to say anything.
Yeah, I was trying to do the math on that.
You know why
I don't cook.
The internal chicken temperature should not be 3,000. I think you can melt titanium at that. What else? Oh, wash your hands. Do not rinse your chicken. Do not use the same utensils when handling raw and cooked meat. People do that all the time. Oh, not using a meat thermometer is a major no-no. I cooked some pork last night. I had some...
I worry about pork the most.
I use a meat thermometer all the time. Plus, it helps me to get my temperature right when I'm broiling a steak and I want it medium rare. When I cook my famous pan-seared salmon, I want to make sure that I have a little line of pink in there. I don't want to overcook and dry out my salmon. I have a meat thermometer. In fact, I wear it on my sleeve like I'm a chef.
Wow, that's impressive.
In fact, I'm wearing it right now. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
I really want to be a chef.
Yeah. We should really all be just writing these tips that you're giving us down, MJ, because I know you've bragged many a times that you've never gotten food poisoning.
I have never. I hear from people all the time. And like, Froggy, that's like one of your excuses for like taking off from work. Number one, survey says... migraine.
Yeah.
All right. So
go ahead, make fun of my disease.
No, I'm not. But number two for you is food poisoning. You've had food poisoning probably the years that you've worked on the show since what? You've been with us since late 90s?
I don't know. Maybe a couple times here and there. That one lobster roll got me.
Froggy, you have used food poisoning to call in sick at least a dozen times. I have never had food poisoning in my life. And you've had it.
You don't eat like me. I eat behind gas stations.
Out of dumpsters?
Yeah. If your restaurant's back behind a gas station, I'm in.
Then
I think one time I used food poisoning for an excuse.
I've never had food poisoning. I'm sorry. I've never had it. You hear about people, I'm laid up. I can't leave the bathroom.
You get dehydrated. It's awful.
Look, I've never had food poisoning.
You can't stop moving your limbs.
Number 5 is forgetting to store leftovers within 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, we've let stuff sit out longer than that. Thawing meat on the counter. You're not supposed to. Marinating or thawing meat on the counter is a no-no because the bacteria, the germs can multiply at room temperature, big old breeding ground. So you should not thaw meat on the counter. And then also, last on the list here, these are food scientist says these are 7 dangerous cooking mistakes. Eating certain foods when you're high at risk. So high risk does not equal high reward. People with weakened immune systems, children under the age of 5, you should be careful with certain foods. Like I think of maybe oysters, shellfish, undercooking meats, or eggs. If you're immunocompromised, you should be careful there. But, Roxanne, I think the biggest is, man, wash your damn hands and don't rinse your raw chicken in the sink.
Okay.
And fling salmonella potentially all over your kitchen.
Ugh.
All over your kid's little Barbie play set.
Yep.
Now they play with Barbie salmonella.
Oh, new Barbie coming out.
Yeah, Barbie.
Nice.
You like that?
She's all salmonella up.
Barbie's salmonella kitchen.
Yep, and she serves raw. Yeah. She serves raw oysters.
Raw chicken.
In months without ours.
Push the button for her to vomit. Pull the string.
Push the button on the back of Barbie's back. there it is. Hey, Froggy, heads up. You ever had gonorrhea?
Have I ever not had it? No, never have.
Are you okay over there, Roxanne?
It's such a weird.
Yeah, dude, what's up with that?
No, I'm just asking because there's a health story that I saw last night that there is a new drug-resistant strain of gonorrhea that is now popping up in the U.S., and experts are saying this could be a serious health concern. Drug-resistant gonorrhea.
So it never goes away?
Well, drug-resistant means it doesn't seem that this infection will respond to the normal course of antibiotics now, does it?
Better come up with something new.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's the problem. We have overprescribed antibiotics. That's part of the issue, is that for years and years and years, we've thrown antibiotics at everything, and people have taken antibiotics when they don't even need to take antibiotics. You might have a viral infection, but then people take antibiotics. And so we've weakened what the antibiotics can do, and you've also had all the germs and strains. Listen, a virus or bacteria, their job is to survive. And over billions of years, they have evolved. That's why you've got different variations of like COVID, how it keeps evolving in different strains, because viruses, their job is to figure out how to live.
To morph.
And that's what they do.
Right.
So, Froggy, heads up. Just warning, there's a drug-resistant strain of gonorrhea floating around.
I got to watch my ways, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Do not make fun of the school janitor. Do you hear me? I know that school janitors have been a target for many, many years. And first of all, I've been in school where the janitors at the school, they were beloved figures at the school. They did a lot to make that place tick.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever seen this, but I know that I've seen this characterized in movies, and I know it happens in real life because I'm about to tell you a real-life story. A Florida janitor flipped out. Why? Because the students were making fun of him while he was cleaning the bathroom. That is low.
I used to do that.
That's terrible.
Really? At Tampa Catholic?
I used to make fun of our janitor. He was weird. He had little short legs.
Oh, jeez.
And he sort of, we weren't sure if he was a midget or not.
Were you always a horrific human being?
But we used to throw stuff at him and then watch him pick it up and clean
guess what?
it.
You're lucky you didn't get slashed. All right, listen to this.
No, he was a nice guy, though.
A janitor here in Florida has been accused of threatening to cut a 14-year-old student to pieces.
Okay,
with a razor scraper after a group of kids mocked him for
razor scraper.
You know what I'm talking about?
I used to use those in Publix to get the gum off the floor.
There you go.
Those things can do some damage.
I know they can do some damage.
Oh my God.
Right, so this school janitor here in Florida is accused of threatening to cut a 14-year-old student into pieces with a razor scraper after a group of kids mocked him for cleaning the bathrooms in the school. James Baylor-Guillon, 26, a custodian at Space Coast Junior and Senior High School in Cocoa, right across the other side of the state here, was arrested on felony charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Also charged with child abuse without great bodily harm and improper exhibition of a weapon on school property. A probable cause affidavit cited by the local TV station Click Orlando. What is that channel? That's not Local 6. Click Orlando. What channel are they over there? That's their website. Apparently, the affidavit says that the janitor was cleaning a bathroom at school on Thursday when he heard students allegedly making disparaging comments about him. And it is 6. Click Orlando is channel 6. All right. So this guy flips out, and apparently, part of his janitorial tools, he had a razor scraper, and he threatens to, slice the kid up and turn his face into, mincemeat.
Of all the tools that a janitor would have, that would be the one. I mean, what are you going to do with a mop or a bucket?
Oh, yeah.
But that razor scraper, I'm not sure you're going to get a kid into pieces with it, because not much of the blade sticks out.
Ooh.
The janitor admitted to deputies that he felt disrespected, pulled the razor scraper from his pocket, telling the 14-year-old student that he was, quote, from the hood.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to cut you into pieces. All right, it's not funny. But can you imagine?
Are razor scrapers big in the hood?
The janitor said, I'm from the hood. I'm going to cut you into pieces. Now, this is like this. You got to see this guy. He's like this scraggly white dude with like a porn stash. We got.
Oh, the janitor at my kid's school is like really cool.
Hey, do me a favor.
I'm not going to make any fun of him because I don't want him coming after me with a razor blade. So I would
see this
simmer
joker.
it down.
Here, take a listen. It looks like a serial killer.
If I saw this guy at my kid's school, I'd be like, can we not have him?
All right. Hey, Andrew, grab this guy's mugshot. Let's get this up. So the janitor will get his mugshot up at mjmorningshow.com in stories mentioned by the MJ Morning Show. My God, look at the time here. We only have one more segment to go.
Oh, my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun.
And we have a lot to do next. So don't move. Oh, in fact, we have a litany of like just bad people doing bad things. We got a problem with marshmallows and thumbtacks. We've got a guy throwing nails into people's driveways.
Oh, I've done that.
So very pointy.
What? You have?
I told you about the kid with the front yard.
Hold on a minute. Why would someone throw nails in specific houses' driveways?
To defend.
Hang on. Hey, we'll talk about it next. Don't move. Back in a second. All of that. Plus MJ with Roxanne and Froggy. We had Fester on this morning. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Fester hopefully can make an appearance live in studio tomorrow morning as he's recovering from his bout of myasthenia gravis. You know, I got to be honest. We worked in that Clear Channel iHeart building on Gandhi.
Yes.
For many years. And man, a lot of people have come down with some freaky health things in that building.
Well, you know, that's what happens.
Yep.
We're all getting older. So
I'm just saying, I look back and there were a lot of, I don't know. Somebody said it used to be an old lumber yard, like Lindsay Lumber or something years ago. And I just know that I've seen just a lot of stuff happen. There also, I think, has been a really disproportionate number of people that had autistic children. You know, coworkers over the years. I've never known more people have autistic children than employees that have worked in that building. So I don't know if there's anything to it, but and then weird health things and issues fester coming down with myasthenia gravis. You know, I had that thyroiditis, which hit me and knocked me for a loop back in like 2004. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a chemical dump building or whatever, but I'm just trying to come up with it all. All right. So do you have, really bad, freakified people in your neighborhood? I got a couple of stories here. None are local. One is Indiana, one is Michigan. But trust me, we've got freak factors in the Tampa Bay area. There's no doubt about it. You know, in fact, we know what the Florida stories are like. We've got like the worst. Listen, Florida man, it all comes from, from Florida. And we have a disproportionate number of these loony stories from right here in the Tampa Bay area. These, however, are not, but still, these are some warning signs here. From Farmington Hills in Michigan, which I think that's in the Detroit area.
Lovely.
If Fester was here, he would know.
Yeah. Well, police are warning pet owners to watch out for marshmallows stuck with tack nails and fishing hooks.
Who does this?
Found in front yards of homes, and apparently the motive here is to get dogs to eat the marshmallows that have tack nails and fishing hooks embedded in the marshmallows. Investigations underway. Cops are investigating residents in Michigan reporting finding marshmallows with these foreign items jammed in the marshmallows found in the front yards. They've been found in front yards of homes, and there's a bunch of streets they list here. Police believe someone placed the marshmallows on the ground to harm pets or wildlife.
Well, they could harm humans, too. That's marshmallow roasting country up there. And hot chocolate, hot cocoa.
Yeah, I don't think humans are going to pick. I don't think any
there's
people.
There's a marshmallow on the grass.
Listen,
Eat it.
Maybe if you got a little 3 or 4 year old kid might pick it up and eat it. But I don't think many people are going around and just saying, "Oh, look, I found a marshmallow on the front yard. Let me eat this."
Yeah, if you're walking in your car, you have a cup of hot cocoa.
Maybe it's to stop. Maybe if the dog's pooping in your yard and you just want revenge.
Listen, clearly there's some motive of revenge here. Someone trying to hurt dogs with laced or tainted or marshmallows with foreign objects.
My dog would eat that hook and poop it out. She eats rocks.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. She's a weird one.
All right, then we have the story out of Indiana. An Indiana man drove around throwing nails in the driveways of people that had this.
Oh.
You ready? All right, let's go. See if we can guess. Okay. Guy is driving around neighborhoods in Morristown, Indiana. He's looking for houses.
I have a guess.
Yes. What is your guess?
They have Teslas.
Nope.
Son of a
Nope. Nothing to do with having Teslas. So the guy is driving around. If your house has this, he would throw a handful of nails in your driveway.
A Christmas wreath that's still up.
No. I know. No. All right, Froggy.
Some sort of a political sign.
Oh.
Okay.
Warmer.
Oh.
Well, yes, Rox.
Live, laugh, love sign.
No. What? He said political. I said warmer on political.
He said sign. That was the first mention
It's
of a
either
sign.
a Joe Biden sign or
getting
happy birthday sign. I don't know.
Getting closer.
Hunter Biden sign.
Nope. Guy drove around, and if you had a Trump flag on your house, he was throwing a handful of nails in your driveway.
All right. Maybe 2 years ago.
No. So,
Still?
Morristown Police Department claimed that an Indianapolis man has been driving out to Morristown since August to throw nails, screws, and other metal fasteners into the driveways of strangers who had any pro-Trump or anti-Biden flags and signs. So clearly this guy's a Biden fan. So if you had one of those, let's go Brandon flags or listen.
I still don't understand that.
Listen, I don't care if you, whatever, this is America. And I might not agree with whatever political position you take, but it is your prerogative to support who you want to support. And I might not agree with you politically, but it is absolutely a disgusting element if you're driving around and if you don't agree with a political message, a sign, a flag, and you're throwing a handful of nails or metal fasteners or screws into people's driveways to try to puncture all their tires?
A little too involved.
Residents started reporting finding the metal fasteners in their driveway beginning in August. And there have been numerous complaints. The nail screws caused tire damage to vehicles, yard equipment, police said, along with forcing homeowners to spend several hours a day checking and cleaning their driveways.
What a pain.
My God. You know those fasteners that are kind of like corrugated and they'll put together wood joints with them? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those things, there's some nasty. Here's an individual showed a picture, a whole plate filled with screws, nails, and metal fasteners that they found in their driveway. That's terrible.
Think about how easy that would be to do. Just drive by and throw them.
That is
gone.
Absolutely awful. Roxanne, you got an email. What is Uber Eats is trying to get you? What do you get? Tell me what you got. We only have a few minutes here.
Okay, it just says Uber Eats. We love you. We miss you. Come back to Uber Eats because I haven't ordered Uber Eats in like 3 years.
All right.
And
so the last time you used Uber Eats was that long ago?
It's been a while because my credit card expired and I just never renewed it, and I just always make other people do it. But more than that, I just go and pick up my own food usually. So they miss me though, and they love me. And
this, I think, might comport. What have I said regarding my dog walking? And I see a lot in my neighborhood because I walk the dogs 20 miles a week. Monday through Friday, I walk 2 miles a night. At 6 o'clock or sometime after that, I'm walking the dogs. And that's Monday through Friday, 2 miles. So that's 10 miles. And then on the weekends, on Friday and Saturday, I walk 5 miles each day with the dog. So I'm doing 20 miles a week. And I see a lot. And especially at night, I'm walking during the dinner hour. And I've mentioned this on the show. I have noticed a marked decrease in the number of Uber Eats drivers. I would see it nonstop. It was a year ago, year and a half. I would literally, on my walk, I'd see a dozen Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever they are, dropping off food. They race through the neighborhood. They're they're looking at their phone and they're not watching where they're going. Remember, I told the story like 2 weeks ago. I had one of the food delivery guys almost run me over. I was in a port. That's funny to you?
No, it's just you walk so much. It's dangerous. You might get kidnapped.
Well, listen, I see a lot. So I was on a section of my neighborhood where there are no sidewalks on either side. So I'm on the road and I'm literally walking facing traffic in my neighborhood. It's a 25-mile-an-hour neighborhood street. And I'm walking toward traffic. Here comes this car coming at me. I've got this really powerful flashlight, and I'm aiming it straight ahead. Do you see me? There are no sidewalks. And the guy almost hits me. I have to jump out of the way. And then as he passes me and he swerves, the guy's still on his phone. He's looking at his phone, probably looking where he's supposed to drop off the next burrito.
Yeah.
So anytime you're driving and you look at the people next to you, everyone's on their phone when they're driving.
It is nonstop.
Everyone.
And that's something we've mentioned numerous times. Folks, take notice. When you drive, it is unbelievable the number of people that you will see on their phones, looking at their phones, not looking at the road ahead as they're driving 75 miles an hour on 275. It is incessant. It is a massive problem that
We've all been guilty of
that we're experiencing here. All right, let's get the heck out of here, and we'll call it a day. I already have like half the show ready for tomorrow.
Good, then I won't send you any prep tonight.
No, you can still send me prep for tonight.
You're going to be in your birthday suit all day, birthday boy?
Yeah, my birthday suit.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, what kind of fun do you have planned?
I don't know. Michelle and I will probably just watch some TV tonight, and maybe I'll open up a rare Tuesday night bottle of wine.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
Maybe a 2000 Chateau Lafite Rothschild or maybe a Mouton. I don't know.
You guys could do it afterwards.
I got some $2 Chuck, maybe. All right,
Happy
folks.
birthday.
Thank you so much. Very, very nice. And thank you to all the listeners that sent text messages wishing me a happy birthday. Listen, birthdays are not a big deal for me. But my actual birth time is coming up. I was born in New Hyde Park, New York. On Long Island, I was born at 11:05 a.m. in the middle of a nasty snowstorm on January 24th, 1966. So my official birth will happen in a couple of hours at 11:05 a.m.
Cesarean or natural? What? You always ask me that. Every time I reference my children being born, you ask me that. I'm asking you.
I'll give you an audio hint. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Down the hatchet.
Yeah, that was natural.
Okay.
Yeah, natural. All right, folks, have a great day. Website, mjmorningshow.com, mjmorningshow.com. We'll see you tomorrow, and let's be careful out there.